please welcome the members of the football team. Number 8, senior Keaton Reed. Keaton is the son of Angie and Dean Reed. 14, Charlie Fehrenbacher. Charlie is the son of Missy and Andy Fehrenbacher. Bulldog number 21, Ross Ryder, the son of Adrian and Shannon Ryder. Senior football player 24, Connor Duncan. Connor is the son of Tanya and Michael Kauser. 55, Walker Hicks. Walker is the son of Shannon Hicks and Steve Owen. Watson, the son of Cam and Jimmy Watson.
Lions football is News Radio 1340, WJPF Heron, W258DP Heron, 99.5 FM. The Pregame Sports. Hear the Lions roar all season long with People's National Bank, McDonald's, the UPS Store, Clark Transportation, SI Suzuki Strings, IBEW Local 702, and First Mid Bank and Trust. The Lions are also powered by Polar Whip, the Bank of Heron, Joe's Lawn Service, Ron Ward Chevrolet, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, and John A. Logan College. These businesses also support the Carterville Lions, SIU Credit Union, Infinity Realty, Rob's Pit Barbecue, Fire Masters, Children's Orthodontics, and Banterra Bank.
Gentlemen, your fall senior night participants.
It's time for the Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. Here's Scott Hudson and the voice of the Carterville Lions, Dave McKenzie.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Taylor Field and Harrisburg High School. It is Friday night football. I'm Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson alongside as your undefeated Carterville Lions look to remain undefeated after tonight's play. Scott, there's 8-0 going for 9-0. And what a great place to finish up the regular season.
It is, and they've got a real tough opponent tonight in the Harrisburg Bulldogs, who come into this game 5-3. They're looking to get that sixth win and increase their seeding tomorrow night when the playoff seedings come out. Carterville looking to win tonight to go undefeated in the regular season and more than likely get that #1 seed in the South.
Carterville Lions, of course, the Southern Illinois River-to-River Conference champs on the Mississippi side. Harrisburg finished in third place on the Ohio side, 3-2 in conference. But tonight, it's the regular season game, Scott, but it's all about the playoffs.
It is all about the playoffs, and I think the last 2 weeks, Carterville's opponents, Madison and Pinckneyville, everybody felt that Carterville would win those games easily, and they did. But I think this is a really good game for Carterville to play before the playoffs start, because now you're playing a team that's going to be in the playoffs, so it gives you a little bit of a sense of what it's going to be like in a little over a week.
As a matter of fact, Carterville met this Harrisburg Bulldog team a year ago in Week 9 and then turned around and had to play him in the first weekend of playoffs. Coming away in the first game 45-12, the win. That was the Week 9 game, and then that first week of 42-12. It was an identical game both of those times. But this Harrisburg Bulldog team is much better than they were a year ago.
They are much better, and there's a couple of games they probably would like to have back. One, the Week 1 loss to East Salton Wood River, where they led most of the game before losing late, and then they battled Benton here, I think, to a 3-point loss. So you take one of those two games and change the outcome, and Harrisburg's probably maybe playing for a home game in Week 1.
Absolutely. Beautiful facility they have. Brand new turf. This is the first year of it, and their field house for their locker room area just looks absolutely fantastic. This is a beautiful facility.
It is, and the new locker room facility to our left, it is one of the nicest you'll see in Southern Illinois for everything that it has. It's more than just a locker room. I mean, you have to come here and see it for yourself, but they have done a lot of improvements to this facility since the last time I was here.
All they had to say was it has a golf simulator in it. I'm coming over once a week, see if they'll let me get in there and swing a little bit. I need the work. That's I need to work on my game. It is a beautiful night for football here in Southern Illinois. This is your Bank of Heron pregame show. That's Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie, and it's also senior night for this Harrisburg team as well.
Everybody has a senior night, obviously, and a homecoming, and those are the two games you want to win. And Harrisburg, coming into this game, they would love nothing more than to, as I said, improve maybe their seed tomorrow night when the seedings come out and run Carterville's perfect regular season.
This is your Bank of Heron pregame show. We're going to go on and take our first break. When we come back, I had a chance to talk to Carterville head coach Brett Dial. That's coming up next. This is your Bank of Heron pregame show. It's Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union checking accounts just got better. Not only can you earn
Coach Brett Dial joins us on our pregame show here, Coach. It is week 9 already. Didn't we just talk about week 1 like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we're talking just now, as our freshmen are getting ready to play their final game. And for some of those guys, this is it for the season. And so, man, that went quick. But at the same time, it seems like when we were out throwing routes in the outfield of the softball field back in June, that seems like forever ago. So, man, once these games start, it disappears on you really fast. It's really hard. One of the things we've talked about with our guys all season long is appreciate every single day. It'll be gone before you know it. And here we are, week 9.
Coming off a win over Pinckneyville a week ago, gave you the conference championship.
These guys have worked really hard, and they've earned that. It's just great to have that in our last trip through the Mississippi Division. Like I said, we got a couple of sports taking some conference titles this year in our last year of that conference, and it definitely feels pretty good. This
Harrisburg team that you're playing tonight, you know this team better than anybody else, as you played them back-to-back a year ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, from what they're doing last year. I just think that they're better at it. I think they're improved. I think that some of the major differences that I see with them week 9 this year compared to week 10 last year is I felt like maybe last year at this time they were searching for a little bit of offensive identity, trying to figure out what exactly they wanted to do and wanted to be, and I think they've kind of figured that out a little bit. They've got some really good team speed, and they've got some tremendous size up front that they're starting to use a little bit more efficiently throughout this season. And then I think defensively, one of the things I see from them is I just think they're more athletic. Same scheme, just, maybe I don't want to say better players. That's not fair to those guys, but it just seems like they're a little bit quicker, maybe more confident in what they're doing.
And this Lions team, it's not a night to let up.
Absolutely not. I mean, this isn't. This game has a lot of meaning to it, not only for seeding purposes, but you want to go 9-0, but you never take the field without being competitive and wanting to win. That's just not something that we're gonna do. We have an expectation to play at a high standard, and that's what we're gonna try to do tonight.
Well, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, bud.
There you go, Coach Brett Dial joining us on our pregame show here this evening, and you could kind of tell the intensity in Brett's voice as I talked with him.
Yeah, I think he's as nervous about this game as he probably was week 1. He knows that there's a lot riding on this game, and he told me about 30 minutes or so ago that Harrisburg will be the biggest team up front that they've played all year. So this is going to be a very physical game here tonight.
Absolutely, and it is, Carterville, number 7 in Class 4A in the state. As we're looking, you try not to look ahead to the playoffs. It's not. I'd much rather that you and I look ahead to it than the players. Just take care of business tonight. But there's a lot. Not just trying to go 4-0 or 9-0 rather, but also trying to set yourself up for those playoffs for both of these teams. They're going to be okay where they're seated, but if you can get just a little bit more, you want to get it.
Well, if Carterville loses tonight, they will probably drop a spot, maybe go from 1 to 2. And for Harrisburg, if they win, they may go, from a 14 or 15 seed up to a 10 or 11, somewhere in that area. So this is a very important game for both teams. And if Carterville could win, finish off the regular season undefeated, there's a very good chance if they could get by week 1 at home, they could have a week 2 home game as well.
Absolutely is. The Harrisburg Bulldogs are taking the field here at Taylor Field on this Friday night. I'm Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson, it's your Bank of Heron pregame show. Stay with us. We'll be back in 90 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
People's National Bank has 2 great CD specials for you. A 9-month CD at 2% APY and a 15-month CD at 2.5% APY. Come in today to take advantage of this limited time offer. Stop by any People's National Bank location and open a 9-month CD at 2% APY or a 15-month CD at 2.5% APY today. People's National Bank, member FDIC. Annual percentage yield accurate as of September 27th, 2022. $500 to open and obtain APY.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools and
Brian, this is the anthem. Keep it.
students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students
marching bands under the direction of Mrs. Hannah Drake and Mr. Mark Inchurch.
Laureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone. luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
To buy or sell a home in this area, you have a number of realtors to choose from. But if you want a local team that never and have the latest technology, then you'll want Infinity Realty, serving all of Southern Illinois. It's still a good time to sell. Smart checking options, and competitive lending rates. Banterra is the region's largest locally owned community bank with 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Harrisburg High School. I'm Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson is alongside as we are getting you set for Carterville Lion football here. Week 9 of the IHSA high school football season. It's hard to believe this is week 9.
It's crazy. It is really crazy that it is week 9. We're in the middle of October, headed towards the end of October, where that means it's, playoff time. So the playoff pairings will be announced tomorrow night. This is why you play high school football, for games like this, that there's something on the line in week 9.
There's a lot of good football games around Southern Illinois tonight. We'll run through the list. We'll try to keep you up to date on scores as we go through the evening. Nashville and West Frankfort. Big game, I think, is DuQuoin at Murfreesboro. That has big playoff implications for Murfreesboro. And DuQuoin just trying to see if they might be able to get in.
Yeah, Murfreesboro, they are like Harrisburg. If they were to lose that game, they're going to go down as far as the seed, so they don't want to do that.
And Jonesboro is at Benton tonight. Carbondale on the road at Mascoutah. Marion is in Mattoon. Sparta is at Brentwood. That's a Missouri team, I do believe. Massac at Pinckneyville. Central at Heron tonight. That's a big game for the Heron Tigers.
Yeah, Bree Central comes into that game with only 2 losses on the season. Heron, there's been some talk about maybe 1 or 2, 4 and 5 teams possibly making the playoffs. Well, if Heron has any hope, they're going to have to upset Central tonight.
El Dorado on the road at Edwards County. Hamco and Cesar-Valliere tonight. Flora at Carmi-White County. Collinsville at Centralia. Westland is at Madison. Madison is playing for maybe being able to get in. We saw them 2 weeks ago.
Westland does not have a very good record, so I think Madison has a chance to win that game and get into the playoffs.
Madison won a week ago over Anna Jonesboro. Let's see here. Collinsville at Centralia. Mount Vernon is out Mount Carmel. That's a big ball game.
Mount Carmel typically very, very good at football, and they're undefeated this year. It's going to be a big test for Mount Vernon.
Johnson City taking on CZR. Althoff at Alton. Cahokia, who we kind of think could be a first-round matchup for the Lions in the playoffs, is on the road tonight. They're taking on O'Fallon Township.
Yeah, Cahokia 4-4. I don't think they'll beat O'Fallon, who's 7-1. And if you believe what some people say, that no 4 and 5 teams will make it, then Cahokia has to win this game to get in.
Charleston is at Salem this evening. Waterloo at Freeburg. Fairfield at Vienna, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Carterville Lions have been introduced here at Taylor Field. The Harrisburg Bulldogs on senior night are being introduced right now. And Carterville won the toss. They elected to defer, so they'll be kicking off to the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Coach Matt Griffith and his offense will take the field first.
Well, they're definitely a better team than they were last year, even though they made the playoffs. You have to take baby steps sometimes when you're trying to rebuild a program. for Carterville, we get a chance to see that very, very good Carterville defense right at the start of the game.
6'3", 255 lineman, the senior 62.
This is a game where I think Carterville just needs to go at it. Just open it up tonight.
Well, I think Carterville, to win this game, they can't beat themselves. They have to play penalty-free, turnover-free football, and I think if that happens, they've got enough weapons offensively that they can score some points.
Starting lineups for the Harrisburg Bulldogs are being introduced right now. Of course, wearing all purple with white letters. Carterville in their white over white uniforms with the orange helmets and the word Lions down the side. A beautiful new facility here at Taylor Field, and just a great atmosphere for high school football. Carterville has traveled well on the far side. I like seeing that.
Yeah, there's some Carterville fans along the fence as well, so not every Carterville fan's in the stands because there's not many seats left, but very, very good contingent from Carterville.
And if you would like to watch a game, you can't make it over to Saline County, just head over to YouTube. You can search Carterville Lions at the Harrisburg Bulldogs. You should be able to pick up the video and the radio call with us here on NewsRadio WJPF. Carterville Lions 8-0 on the season. The Harrisburg Bulldogs are 5-3 on the season. Should be an outstanding matchup between these two teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's tonight's offensive unit for your Harrisburg Bulldogs.
Carterville, of course, coming off that win a week ago, their senior night over the Pinckneyville Panthers. So they know exactly what these seniors, I believe there's 8 seniors on this Harrisburg team.
Yeah, they've got a lot of kids coming back, so that's got to be exciting for Harrisburg fans to know, yeah, you're going to make the playoffs this year, but things could even be better next year.
So, player introductions are done. The Carterville Lions are the first to take the field. They'll be moving from right to left on your radio dial as we start here in the first quarter. The Harrisburg Bulldogs, around their head coach Matt Griffith, getting their final instructions. You know that they would like to put some points on the board first.
That's the thing about Carterville. I believe, I'd have to go back and check, but I think Carterville's only trailed one time this season, that at Heron in week 2, and that was for about 30 seconds.
Yes, it was.
And that was it. So Carterville's not played from behind. They've been able to play with a lead. Harrisburg's offense would love to have those time-consuming drives that end in points and keep Carterville's offense on the sideline.
So both teams are ready to go. Both are prepared. Heading back deep to receive the kick is going to be Tevin Gonsey for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. And, of course, Riley Crane will be doing the kicking for your Carterville Lions. It is straight up 7 o'clock. Riley Crane is standing at the 30. The ball 10 yards away. He makes his first steps, and we are underway as the kick is taken. It's going to hit at the 10. It's taken by Gonsey. He tries to bring it to the outside, and he's brought down inside the 15-yard line at about the 11. Great coverage for the Lions on that kickoff.
Well, he picked the ball up on the far sideline and tried to come to the near sideline, but great containment by Carterville's kickoff team. And I do want to correct myself, Dave. Carterville did trail against Nashville early in that game 7-0, but it's very rare for Carterville to trail in a game.
Harrisburg is going to start at their own 12-yard line. They're going to be moving from left to right on your radio dial here this evening at Taylor Field. Glad to have you. Thanks for listening to Lions football all season long. As the quarterback Owen Ran, he's thrown for 480 yards, took over midseason. He's 30 for 53 throwing the ball. He has 2 receivers to the right. Running back in the backfield. He's going to give it to the jet back, though. That's going to be Carmelo Downey. Downey drives his way across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. That's where the Lions stack him up defensively. And a gain of about 4 on the first carry for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good yardage on that run, and he really made a lot of that on his own. Once he got to line of scrimmage, he got hit, but then he carried a couple of defenders about 3-4 yards.
Carmelo Downey has run for 489 yards. He's got 7 touchdowns on the season. That's on 50 carries. The quarterback, Owen Ran, brings his Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. The ball is at the 17-yard line. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 17. Rand operates from the shotgun, lifts the leg, puts a man in motion, gives it to his running back, and the dive is no good as he falls right down. Didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost about a half a yard. Going to bring up third down for the Bulldogs.
Well, I think he got tripped up by Jordan Cordes. Cordes on that right end, he just knifed his way into the backfield and dropped the running back for maybe a yard gain, if that. So it's going to bring up third and about 3.
Ross Reiner was the ball carrier on that. It's third down and 3 now. Ball rest at the 19-yard line, so he did pick up 2 yards on that carry.
And Rand is only a sophomore, too, at quarterback, so we'll see if nerves or inexperience will affect him tonight.
Rand sends 2 receivers to the right side. He has his running back in Ryder just off his right hip. Takes a snap, rolls right, wants to throw, lobs it out toward the left side, incomplete. And there defensively for the Lions was Carterville's Nolan Hartford, the intended receiver for the Bulldogs. Carmelo Downey. Carterville is forced to 4th down on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought that was a catchable ball. Downey just couldn't come up with it. If he catches it, it's a first down, even though Hartford had decent coverage.
Carterville is going to drop back 2. And Brayton Burtis will do the punting for the Bulldogs. Nice job defensively on that first possession for your Carterville Lions. They're going to get their chance with the offense now. Both of the deep backs for the Lions, Peyton Biddle and Nick Bishing, stand at midfield at the 50. The kick is going to be a line drive, and it's picked up by Peyton Biddle as he takes it at about the 46-yard line. Out across Bulldog territory, down inside the 40 to about the 33-yard line. Great return for the Lions and Peyton Biddle.
Yeah, that ball was speeding towards him on the ground, and Biddle's one of the few backs, return men in Southern Illinois that will take a chance on a ball. But he's so quick and he's so fast, and he showed that on that play.
Boy, Lions have it deep. They have it at the 33 of the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Score some points right here. Andrew Hellriegel, the quarterback, has 2 receivers to the left side. Sends 2 to the right side, and of course it's going to be Bryce Smith, the running back for the Carterville Lions. Bryce on the season, he's rushed for over 1,100 yards on 100 carries, 1,154 yards to be exact. Here we go, the first offensive play for the Lions. 10:02 on the first quarter clock. Hellriegel takes the snap. He gives it to his running back. Bryce Smith just plows his way down to about the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now for the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's offensive line has played well all year long. And looking at Harrisburg's defensive front, they're not as big as their offensive front. So let's see if you look at Carterville's offensive line right now, Dave. They look like a small college.
They do, absolutely. Ball will rest on the far hash. Carterville moving right to left. 9:30 on the clock. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to Bryce Smith once again off left tackle. He just keeps on it churning, carries it down to about the 25. That's where they're going to mark it. It's going to be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 now for the Lions.
Now they're just going to let Smith run behind that big offensive line. And, of course, now you're in 4-down territory. So, basically, you've got 2 plays to gain about 2.5 yards.
No score here early on, 9 minutes to play. Carterville has the ball. They're facing 3rd and 2 from the Harrisburg 25. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to Smith. Smith tries to get to the outside. He's wrapped up. Oh, I thought he was going to go down. He spins, and he got enough for the first down as he gains about 4 yards on that carry. Boy, what a run by Bryce Smith.
Yeah, he was stood up at about the 25-yard line. Looked like he was going to go down, but how many times this year have we seen Mr. Smith just shed tacklers on his way for a big gain?
Keeps the drive alive, the ball at the 21-yard line for the Lions. New set of downs, it's 1st and 10. Hellriegel looks over toward head coach Brett Dial. Gets the play call, moves Bryce Smith to the left side. Hellriegel, who operates from the shotgun pretty much exclusively, drops back, looks to throw, throws it across the middle, almost picked off. Intended receiver was Nick Bishing, and therefore the Harrisburg Bulldogs was number 44, Brayden Burtis, who just knocked it to the turf.
He read that perfectly. Bishing, everybody's thinking, well, Berkey, Biddle maybe, everybody's thinking that's who Hellriegel's going to throw to. They tried to sneak Bishing about 5 yards down the middle, and luckily, Carterville still has the ball.
2nd down and 10 from the 21 now. This time they give it to Bryce Smith. Takes it to the outside, cuts it back up inside, and is brought down inside the 20. They'll mark him at about the 17-yard line for Carterville.
Going to bring about 3rd and 7, maybe 6. Again, Carterville in 4-down territory.
So the Lions, 3rd and 6. Hellriegel's going to keep it. 1st down and more. Makes a move inside the 10, inside the 5, and is brought down at the 3-yard line. 1st down for the Carterville Lions. You knew that was coming.
I knew that was coming. How many times have we seen that this year where Hellriegel makes a great ball fake to Smith. Everybody keys on Smith, and the middle is wide open.
1st and goal for the Lions. The ball is at the 3-yard line. Who's going to get the touchdown run here? Is it going to be Bryce Smith? Smith has it, takes it into the end zone for the Lions, and Carterville leads the Harrisburg Bulldogs 6-0 with 7:29 showing on the first quarter clock.
Well, this is how Coach Dial wanted the game to start. One to win the coin toss, defer to the second half, get a 3-and-out, and then go down and score on their first possession.
What a drive by the Lions, a 7-play drive that started at the 33-yard line of Harrisburg. They score at the 7:29 mark of the first quarter. Riley Crane on to do the kicking for the extra point. It is going to be Brandon Skelcher on the hold. Tries to get the Bulldogs to jump. Can't. Here's the snap. The kick is good, and Carterville leads Harrisburg 7-0 with 7:29 remaining in the first quarter. Stay with us for Lions football next on News Radio WJPF.
This News Radio WJPF Heron, W258DP Heron, 99.5 FM.
From faxing to notarizing, the UPS Store is everything for your small business. And when it comes to protecting your confidential information, quiet! You should know about the shredding services available at the UPS Store. They're just what you need for protecting, securing, and disposing of proprietary documents.
Oh, so I can do less worrying.
The UPS Store, everything for small business. And, of course, shipping. Shredding services are provided by Iron Mountain Information Management, LLC. The UPS Store franchise locations are independently owned. Visit theupsstore.com/shredding for details.
Bryce Smith with a 3-yard touchdown run to put the Lions on the board. They lead it 7-0 with 7:29 remaining in the first quarter. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling, a full-service salon on Division Street in Carterville. Open Tuesday through Friday from 8 until 5, Saturdays from 8 until 2. Carterville preparing to kick off. Riley Crane has the ball teed at the 40-yard line. Lions have that 7-0 lead as the kick is taken inside the 20. It's going to be picked up, carried out across the 25. Ball's loose. Carterville's there. They get the fumble. What a pop on that kick return defense. And Carterville again has the football deep in Bulldogs territory.
I think that may have been Xander Smith that caused the fumble. The ball popped straight up in the air. Carterville had some defenders there. They just fell on it. And Carterville's going to have the ball at the Harrisburg 22-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 with 7:20 on the clock. The ball is at the 23 of Harrisburg.
This is what Carterville's done a lot this year, Dave. Create turnovers, especially in the second half of the season.
I lost track of what they were, truthfully, on the turnover game as the screen pass to the right side is taken inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of close to 8 for Carterville. And, man, what a start to the ball game so far for the Lions.
Quick throw out to the right to Hartford, and he gained about 7 yards.
Clock rolls, 6:57. 2 receivers left side for the Lions. Hellriegel takes a snap, gives it to Bryce Smith. He's upended right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and they're going to mark him right at the stick. Is it enough for a first down?
Bryce Smith, the ball carrier for Carterville.
Well, that's where you have to tackle Smith, around the ankles. Because if you try to hit him high, he will take you for another 3 to 5 yards.
From the Bulldog 13.
It's 3rd and 1 from the 13-yard line. And it's Smith stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. I think he may have got the first down, though. They're going to move the chains.
Bryce Smith, the ball carrier for Carterville.
So Carterville.
1st down, Lions.
The ball is at the right at the 12-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10. And it's Hellriegel that's going to keep it. Tries to spin his way off right tackle. And he's brought down just right at the 10-yard line.
Andrew Hellriegel with the carry.
Carterville can get a first down at about the 2. You know, the worst place to get a 1st and goal is a 10-yard line.
10-yard line.
2nd and 7. Ball is laying right at the 10-yard line. Carterville leads this game 7-0, trying to put one in again. They send a man way left. That's Peyton Biddle. He's out on the number on the near side. Ball is on the far hash. Put a man in motion. That was Hartford. It's the give to Smith. Straight up the gut. Takes it inside to the 5-yard line. And a good gain there for the running back for the Lions, Bryce Smith.
Yeah, just inside the 5, so about 3rd, and we'll call it a long 2.
From the Harrisburg
3rd and 2.
5-yard line.
It is at the 5-yard line for the Lions. Carterville's offense looks to the far sideline. Brett Dial with his arms crossed steps out, tells his quarterback, Andrew Hellriegel, what he wants to do. Here comes Blake Berkey. Here comes Nolan Hartford. And the running back, Bryce Smith, off the right hip of Andrew Hellriegel. Takes the snap, gives it to Smith, straight up the gut for Smith, falls into the end zone. They give him the touchdown, the 5-yard touchdown run for Bryce Smith. Touchdown number 2 on the night.
Well, a great job by the offensive line, especially between the tackles. They just opened up enough room for Smith to get through there, and then he did the rest on his own.
Bryce Smith, 2 touchdowns here. This one comes at the 4:41 mark of the first quarter. Carterville leads it 13-0. Brandon Skelcher with the hold. Snap. Kick is good. 14-0. The Carterville Lions lead. The Harrisburg Bulldogs stay with us. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Hey, quick, tell me the greatest thing about Polar Whip, Energy's Finest Restaurant. You're probably going to say the low prices. You're probably going to say double cheeseburger. You're probably going to say maybe the fried pickles or the corn nuggets or the barbecues or the chili. Well, how about this? My favorite thing is the car hop. Yeah, the car hop. You pull up, you pull into Polar Whip, boom, they just magically appear. You give them your order, and then in just a few minutes, you have your delicious meal from Polar Whip. And you save money, too. The car hop, Polar Whip.
Welcome back to Taylor Field. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson with you here this evening. Hope you're having a great night. Carterville leads this game 14-0. Scott Hudson, what a start for the Lions.
Great start. Great start to the game. Three and out by Harrisburg on their first drive. Carterville goes down the field and scores. And then the special teams for Carterville come up with a big fumble recovery on the kickoff. And then Carterville takes it in with another Bryce Smith touchdown.
Lions have it teed up once again. Riley Crane kicks it away, and it's taken inside the 20-yard line, and Carterville has, once again, great downfield coverage. And Harrisburg, they don't fumble it there. They're going to have it 1st and 10 from about their own 20.
Yeah, the return man fumbled the ball, picked it up, and he had nowhere to go. As that Carterville, and that's, Dave, that's one thing we really haven't touched enough on, I think, this year with Carterville's undefeated season so far is their special teams.
Yes.
They've been very, very good also.
You know, we talk about the field goal unit. How many times have we seen Brandon Skelcher be able to get them to jump offside just on an extra point? And Carterville's been able to switch over and then go for 2. So the Bulldogs have it from their own 23. It's 1st and 10. Rand puts a man in motion, gives it to the jet back, and he's popped right there at the line of scrimmage. I don't know that but it looks like he got right to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by that defensive line for the Lions.
Mooring, also Riley Bradford in on the stop. Less than a yard gain on that.
Ball is at the 23-yard line, actually more toward the 22. So it was a loss of 1 on that. It's 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. From the 22-yard line. 3:57. Bulldogs trying to take it to the outside, gets back to the stick once again. No gain for the Bulldogs, and Harrisburg's looking at 3rd down once again.
That time it was, I think, Peyton Van Horn that was one of the first guys to meet the running back. So I got an update. 6:15 to go in the first. Johnson City leads CZR 20-0. No surprise there.
It's 3rd down and 9 now from the 23. Clock rolls, close to 3 minutes remaining. As the Bulldogs fumbled on their last possession. Owen Rand, the sophomore quarterback, 6'2", 190. From the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. The running back is Ross Ryder. He looks to throw, draws back to throw, throws it across the middle, broke it up. Nice job. Great defense right there for the Carterville Lions as Peyton Biddle came in and put the pop on Fehrenbacher, who was the intended receiver for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Biddle just watched the quarterback to see where his eyes were going, and he saw the pass was going to be over the middle, and Biddle broke on it at the right time and knocked the ball away.
Got there exactly as the ball got to Fehrenbacher's hands. So Carterville once again forces the punt. It's going to be Braden Burtis for the Bulldogs. He does the kicking. Carterville drops 2 back. It's Peyton Biddle who just made that great defensive play. And Nick
Harrisburg on their last punt did not have their center in the game. This time he's late getting in the game as well.
Nick Bishing is the other deep back for the Lions. The kick or the snap is good. The Australian rules punt is going to hit and go out of bounds right at the Harrisburg 49. Carterville is going to have great field position once again. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. Punctual service, 5-star satisfaction, and the experience that comes from 40 years in the business. Find out more. Go to charliesairandheat.com.
Murfreesboro leads DuQuoin 14-0, 8:47 in the first.
Punt goes out of bounds at midfield for Carterville. Lions 1st and 10 from
Ball rests right at midfield for the Lions. They already lead this game 14-0. 2:49 on the clock. Ball sets at the near hash. Carterville sends 2 receivers to the right side. They have 1 to the near side. That's Blake Berkey. Hellriegel pump fakes, throws it out to the right side. The receiver's there. Peyton Biddle has it at about the 31-yard line. What a great pass play and a catch for the Lions.
Well, Hellriegel faked the quick out, pump fake, and then Biddle did a nice job to get his body between the ball and the defensive back and make the catch.
1st and 10 now from the 31-yard line for the Lions. Quickly they go. Another screen pass right side, out along the sideline, and I think that may have been Hartford on the reception there for the Lions.
Pass complete. Hellriegel to 5, Nolan Hartford.
4:21 to go in the first. Heron leads Breeze Central 3-0.
Line of scrimmage to Harrisburg, 28-yard line.
That was a gain of 3 on that, so it's 2nd down and 7 for the Lions. Here we go. It's the give to Bryce Smith right up the gut. Spin moves for a 1st down for the Lions and takes it inside the 20. They're going to mark him at about the 16-yard line.
That offensive line is taking control of this game early. They are really pushing the front 4 or 3 of Harrisburg right off the line of scrimmage.
Ball from the 17. Carterville wastes no time once again. Better get on that. Oh, they're going to rule that a forward pass. His intended receiver, it was Blake Berkey, hit right off his hands. And there for a second, I thought it might have been a lateral.
It was close. I think Berkey took a peek downfield before he actually had the ball a little bit high, but definitely catchable.
2nd and 10 from the Harrisburg 17 now. Hellriegel takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's wrapped up. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage. So Carterville
Andrew Hellweigel with
Drive is stalled just a little bit. It's
Bulldogs,
third down
62
now
for
and
nothing.
third and 10 from the 17.
This is the first third down Cardinals had in this first quarter that hasn't been 4 yards or less.
They got to play for that.
Yes, they do. And, again, they're in 4-down territory, so you don't have to pick all of it up on this play.
Minute 40 remaining here in the opening quarter. It's a 14-0 Carterville lead. Threatening again. Hellweigel throws, rolls left, throws, finds Biddle inside the 5, and he has the first down, and the drive continues. It is going to be first and goal for the Carterville Lions.
Biddle just got open. He had to find an opening down around the 5-yard line, and Hellweigel threw it to him at the perfect time before any of the Harrisburg defenders could get there.
How about the patience, though, of Hellweigel to wait for him to break open?
Exactly. You can only wait that long if you've got good protection from your line.
Ball is at the 2-yard line, first and goal. They give it to Bryce Smith, and Bryce Smith scores on the 2-yard carry. He's got his third touchdown of the game, and your Carterville Lions lead at 20-0.
Well, Carterville is hitting on all cylinders in this first quarter. Special teams, defense, offense. They are playing well at the right time of the year.
20-0 with 1:17 on the first quarter clock. 3 drives for the Lions. They scored points on the fumble recovery. That's exactly what you got to do. Riley Crane out for the extra point. And the kick is good. 21-0. It's all Carterville here early at Harrisburg. Stay with us on News Radio WJPF.
No score.
Dr. Childers and his team have been creating smiles across Southern Illinois for over 30 years. Dr. Childers is dedicated to being gentle, compassionate, and efficient during your ortho.
Cross under the rope flags or around any fencing. Those areas are currently off limits during construction at Taylor Field and Hunsinger Stadium.
Hey, Nick. Hey, Howie. You hear that? Thank you for all of your work.
It's been the Bryce Smith show here. Short carries, but effective as he scored all 3 touchdowns for the Carterville Lions. They lead at 21-0.
Bryce Smith's been the bell cow all year long, but give credit to that offensive line. Give credit to Hellweigel for some nice passes on that drive. And, of course, we mentioned the special teams coming up with the fumble recovery. Defense has been stellar to this point.
Outstanding performance by the Lions. Of course, Harrisburg had the fumble. They converted that fumble into points on the board. This is a squib kick. It's going to be picked up at about the 15-yard line, carried out across the 20 to about the 25, and that's where the Bulldogs will start here on their third possession of this ball game. Minute 11 showing on the clock. Carterville leads it 21-0. It's first and 10 Harrisburg as they have it at their own 26-yard line.
Well, if you're Harrisburg, what do? I mean, I know it's still the first quarter, but I think one thing Carterville wanted to do tonight was force the Bulldogs and this sophomore quarterback to have to throw the ball.
Absolutely, and they've done that so far. They put pressure on this Harrisburg offense from the get-go. As the quarterback, Owen ran again from the shotgun. He has 2 receivers to the far side. Calls timeout with 1:11 remaining here in the opening quarter. It's 21-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds. It's Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Coming out of the timeout, the Bulldogs are ready to go. It is 1st and 10 from the 26. It's the pitch to the jet back for the Bulldogs. He's out across the 30-yard line, out, gets across the 35, and on the carry, Tevin Godsey. Did they throw the flag?
Threw the flag. Biddle did not throw him down. He actually grabbed him before he went out of bounds, but held on and brought him down after that. I don't think that was a personal foul, but
can't hit him out of bounds. So they say.
Well, he tackled him before he got out of bounds, but he held on to him and didn't bring him down hard, just brought him down. And so that'll move Harrisburg into Carterville territory for the first time tonight.
With a minute 5 remaining in the first quarter, they set the ball down at the Carterville 47-yard line. Their first time into the Lions territory in this game, and it comes with a minute 5 remaining, so it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs as Owen Rand, the quarterback, takes the snap and gives it to his jetback, who cuts it up in the middle. Gets to about the 45, a gain of 2 on that carry by Carmelo Downey for the Bulldogs.
Good tackle by the sophomore Luke Johnson. If he doesn't make that tackle, he's probably got 4 or 5, maybe more yards.
Clock rolls under a minute to play. Carterville leads it 21-0. Best drive of the game so far for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 8 from the 45. They're moving left to right on your radio dial, wearing all purple. Purple jerseys, purple pants. As Rand takes the snap, screen pass left side, gets it out to Downey. Downey across the 40-yard line to about the 35 before he's ridden outside. And that's going to move the chains, giving the Bulldogs another first down.
Taking a play out of the Carterville playbook, throwing that quick out. Nobody for Carterville was over there. The closest defender was probably at least 10 yards, so he had a lot of open space before he met anybody.
Ball's at the Carterville 36-yard line, 20 seconds exactly, showing on the clock here in the first quarter. Beautiful night for football in Southern Illinois. Warmed up a little bit today to about 75, probably about 68, 69 here at game time. So it is 1st and 10 from the Carterville 36 for the Bulldogs. Rand lifts the leg, put the man in motion, fakes the pitch, gives it to the inside handoff to Downey. Downey straight up the gut, inside the 30 to the 25, and keeps fighting his way to about the 22-yard line. What a nice play call by the Bulldogs.
That little inside reverse handoff. We've seen Murfreesboro run that play. Harrisburg did it very well, and now they've got the ball down at the Carterville 21-yard line. They got a little momentum.
And that's going to end the first quarter. The Harrisburg Bulldogs have the ball and they're driving. They have it at the Carterville 21 as we head to the second quarter. Carterville leads this ball game 21-0 on News Radio WJPF.
Don't let the name fool you. The International
Welcome back to Taylor Field in Harrisburg. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. The Bulldogs are threatening. Here as we start playing the second quarter, Lions lead it 21-0, but the Bulldogs have it at the Carterville 21. They're threatening here Scott Hudson and have looked good on this drive.
Well, they've opened up their playbook a little bit. You know, they were, I guess, their first couple of drives, it seemed like Carterville knew what was coming.
So Owen Rand Quick pitch, gets it to his running back inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10. And the ball is loose. Carterville gets the fumble. Are they going to ruin a fumble? Nope, they're going to say he was down. They're going to say he was down. And the ball carrier was Ross Ryder for the Bulldogs. And the ball came out, but the officials say it was after he was already on the turf. A big run for the Bulldogs, though.
Well, another play we haven't seen tonight, Carterville hasn't seen. Quarterback takes the ball, runs to his left, and then pitches the ball back to the back. And he got big yards down to about the 7-yard line. Yeah. First and goal.
First and goal from the 7. They've had 3 first downs consecutively on the last 3 plays. And actually 4 of the 5 plays on this drive. 21-0. Harrisburg threatening, though, here in the second quarter. Brett Dial wants an explanation from the officials, and they step out to the hash.
It was hard for us to see whether he was down or not. There was just too many people in our way, so we can't make a determination on that.
Brett continues to have the conversation at about the 23-yard line. And
he's not happy.
No, he's not happy. He's not happy as he turns around and walks off, and he continues jawing as he heads to the far sideline. Had the headset in his left hand. Finally retreats.
Well, we know one thing, the tape won't lie when they watch it after the game.
No, it does not. It's first and goal for the Bulldogs from the 7. As the Bulldogs give it to the running back. That's Ryder, right off left tackle, touchdown, 7-yard touchdown run for Ross Ryder. And Harrisburg has their first touchdown of the game. They trail it 21-6.
Yeah, very impressive drive by the Bulldogs. As I said, they opened up their playbook a little bit, gave Carterville some plays that they hadn't seen in the game so far, and they were very efficient on that drive, and so now they're back to within 2 scores.
The Bulldogs score 59 seconds into the second quarter. It's 21-6. And on to do the kicking now for the Bulldogs is Trenton Price. The snap, the hold, and the kick is good. It is 21-7. The Carterville Lions are going to get the ball back with 11:01 remaining in the second quarter. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
When you go mobile with First Mid, you have the power of banking in your hand. Download the First Mid mobile banking app and manage your money no matter where you are. Keep account balances at your fingertips. Deposit a paper check with just a few taps. And pay your bill or your friend. Just remember to turn on mobile alerts in the app to receive important notifications. Don't sit still. Go mobile with First Mid Bank and Trust. Visit www.firstmid.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
21-7 is our score here at Taylor Field in Harrisburg. Carterville's going to get the ball back. It's the Harrisburg Bulldogs. The 7-yard touchdown run by Ross Ryder.
Yeah, very good drive. A lot of nice play calls.
A lot of help on the penalty too.
Yes, that's really what I guess started everything. That gave Harrisburg good field position, and they took advantage of it.
Carterville's not had a lot of those this year. They haven't had the big penalties. Carterville's going to get it back. The ball's kicked out of bounds. Carterville's going to have outstanding field position again here on their, this will be the 4th possession for the Lions. This broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, proud supporter of Carterville Lions football. IBEW Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
First couple scores. Johnson City leads 34-0 at the end of one. At the end of one at Heron, Heron leads Bree Central 3-0. Offense optional there tonight.
It's kind of like Thursday night football in the pros.
Thank God they had a decent one last night.
Yeah, exactly. So Carterville has the ball on the near hash. They're moving left to right. Andrew Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to his running back. That's Bryce Smith. He just plows his way forward to the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 on that carry. Bryce Smith picks up 5, has 5 left.
The way Smith runs, Carterville's always going to be in second and short yardage. I mean, he's going to get those tough yards every time.
Under 11 to play here in the half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. We'll update scores from around Southern Illinois. Carterville has it 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line. Hellriegel throws left, finds his receiver. That is Nolan Hartford. He's got big yardage out into Bulldog territory and finally brought down at the 36-yard line of Harrisburg. Nice pass, nice catch by Nolan Hartford.
Hellriegel just rode to his left. Hartford was about maybe 7 yards downfield in the flat, and easy throw, easy catch, big yards.
They just make it look so easy. You know, he doesn't get Hellriegel doesn't get flustered. He just waits for the receiver. They give it to Smith once again. He's across the 30, keeps his feet down to the 25, and that's going to be another Carterville first down for the Lions.
12-yard carry on
Carterville's trying to answer Harrisburg's score, the score of their own.
I think the thing that's been most impressive about the Lions is they can score so quickly.
And in so many ways.
Yes. 1st and 10 now from the 24 of Harrisburg. They waste no time. They throw it across. Blake Berkey has it, makes a move inside the 10. He gets loose and scores from 24 out. The Carterville Lions, the pass play from Andrew Hellriegel to Blake Berkey, and Carterville leads it 27-0.
That was a pinpoint pass by Hellriegel between defenders, and Berkey made a nice catch and then turned on the jets and got into the end zone.
9:36 on the clock, and Carterville leads it 27-0. 7. Sorry, my bad. I hear from the Harrisburg guys. 27-7.
I'll back up in case they start throwing things at you, Dave.
Popcorn would be nice. And the kick is good for the Lions. 21-7 is our score. Here on News. Go ahead.
(28-7) Carterville.
$28-7.
Parents of the little cheerleaders around the 4-minute mark in the first half, please start making your way to the track entrance on the concession stand side of Taylor Field. With about 4 minutes to play in the first half. Parents, cheerleaders.
28-7 is the score. Carterville leads this ball game. 9:36 here after the 24-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Blake Berkey. 28-7, 9:36 remaining in this second quarter.
Talk about switching the momentum quickly.
Yes. As Riley Crane kicks it away, it's going to be a short kick and taken at the 17-yard line by the Bulldogs. Runs it right up the hash and is finally brought down at about the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start.
Got a score here to report, if I can find it. Mascoutah leads Carbondale 22-8 after the first quarter.
9:30 showing on this second quarter clock. And they have it at their own 31-yard line. As the quarterback, Owen Rand, breaks the huddle with his Bulldogs. Moving right to left, and a whistle. Gonna stop the play, have a conversation.
Official timeout. 28-7 is the score with the scoreboard malfunction. It is 28-7 Carterville.
Oh, so the officials, I think Carterville was questioning, just like I messed up a while ago.
Yeah, it's 28-7.
The white on the 8 on the scoreboard, the middle line is out. The scoreboard shows 20, but it is actually 28-7, and I think coaching staff wanted to clarify as Harrisburg gives it to Downey, and Downey breaks free across the 40, across midfield to the 40-yard line of Carterville, where he's finally pushed out of bounds, and Carmelo Downey is lightning fast.
Cordis went across the line of scrimmage, thought he was going to run right into him, and he cut back to the middle and had open field and didn't get stopped till he got down to the Carterville 37-yard line.
I bet you Jordan Cordis doesn't do that again.
Well, Cordis did his job. He forced him to the inside. There just wasn't anybody there to help.
Yeah.
Or if they were, they weren't as quick as the running back. Let's put it that way.
So 9:21. Harrisburg now in Carterville territory at the 37-yard line. Owen Rand, the quarterback. The sophomore looks over his offense. 2 receivers to the right side, puts a man in motion. That is Godsey. And it's the give to the running back, Ross Ryder, as he plows off left tackle, falls forward for a gain of about 4 on that carry. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Peyton Van Horn on the tackle for Carterville. Right now, Carterville's defensive front is not getting that penetration that we've seen in almost every game this year.
I don't know what adjustments the Bulldogs have made, but they made the right ones as they're controlling the line of scrimmage when they have the ball.
Yes.
2nd and 6 now from the Carterville 33. Owen Rand. 2 receivers spread out to the far side. Puts Godsey in motion, drops back, screen pass to Godsey. Tries to get away from the defender, and Jordan Cordis is there to sniff him out. He didn't let him get away that time, did he?
I'm telling you what, there is not a better defensive end in Southern Illinois than Jordan Cordis. Not only is he big and strong, he's also very quick, and he proved it on that play.
And you know, he played a couple of games with a pulled quad that he was dealing with, but you would never know it. It's 3rd down and 7 now. With the ball at the 34-yard line. There was a gain of 1 on that carry by Tevin Godsey. Carterville needs a big defensive stop here. 28-7 is the score.
Harrisburg in two down territory here, so Carterville needs to come up with a big stop.
They send 1, 2 receivers to the near side. Owen Rand. The quarterback drops back, rolls left, wants to throw, throws it across the middle, picked off by the Lions at the 32-yard line, and on the pickoff, it's Bryce Smith that gets the interception, and Carterville takes the ball back from the Bulldogs.
Well, the quarterback for Harrisburg did not have time to throw the ball because he was being pressured, I believe, by Talon Walker. So ran through it into a crowd, and Bryce Smith, who normally makes his presence felt on offense, makes his presence felt defensively with that interception.
Boy, what a play. What a play by Bryce Smith.
That's an inexperienced quarterback trying to make a play happen when it's not there to be made.
I get it. They throw swing pass out to Blake Berkey out on the far side. Gets the block, gets across midfield, down to about the 34-yard line when he's knocked out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 33. Big 1st down pass and catch for the Lions for a 1st down.
Berkey, whether it's been Berkey or Biddle on the outside, and even Hartford, when they catch the ball, they have a lot of room to run and survey the situation. There's nobody on them.
Gain of 14 on that catch. It's the give to Bryce Smith. He has a blocker in front of him, crosses the 30-yard line, down to about the 25 before he's brought down a yard short. Nice 1st down run for Carterville.
Nice 1st down run, and he had his hand on Charlie Howerton, I believe it was. And if I'm running the ball, I want Charlie Howerton in front of me because you know what? Not only is he going to pancake somebody, they can't see me.
No. We have a timeout on the field with 7:05 remaining. The Lions lead at 28-7 and driving with the ball. Stay with us. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 7:05 remaining here in the first half. Coming up, Scott and I are going to have our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. We'll break down this first half of action, catch you up on some scores from around Southern Illinois, some big games with playoff implications taking place throughout the region as this is the final week of the regular season, week 9, as the Lions are on the road at Harrisburg, and the Lions have the ball. It's 2nd down and 2 with the ball at the 25-yard line and driving. Andrew Hellriegel has one receiver right, one to the far side. They put a man in motion. Hellriegel gives it to Bryce Smith right up the gut. He's pulled down from behind at about the 16-yard line. Maybe might give him the 15, but Carterville has it in deep in Harrisburg territory.
Yeah, Smith is just so much fun to watch run, and that offensive line has been outstanding tonight. They've got the size, and of course, you know, they've got the luxury now of having Charlie Howerton back, where now you can rotate those linemen in and out.
Ball placed at the 16-yard line. One receiver far side. Smith carries it again. Has the blocker out there. That was Howerton blocking for him. He picks up about 7 yards on that carry. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Lions.
And I know it's only the second quarter, Dave, but this offensive line wearing that front down of Harrisburg right now.
Yeah, they are definitely doing that, and we've seen that all year long out of this Lions team. Ball is at the 10-yard line. Hellriegel, who operates from the shotgun, gives it to his running back right up the gut, plows down close to the goal line. They're going to mark him a yard short. A gain of 9 for the Lions, and now it's going to be 1st and goal for Carterville from the 1-yard line.
29-14, Mosquito leads Carbondale now in the second quarter.
I wonder who will get the football here. Bryce Smith already has 2 touchdowns. The Bulldogs stack the Lions up right there at the line of scrimmage.
Now, Smith didn't have much there.
So they'll try it one more time.
2nd down and goal for the Lions from the Harrisburg 1.
Carterville leads it, trying to extend this 28-7 lead. They're going to bring the ball. Or snap the ball from the far hash. Hellriegel gets it. Smith gets it. Plows forward. Touchdown, Bryce Smith. 5:06 remaining in the second quarter, and Carterville leads it 34-0.
Well, it's nice to see Smith get rewarded for his hard work. A lot of times, and I know he doesn't care, they just want to score touchdowns, but there's a lot of times we've seen Smith get the Lions downfield, and then somebody else will score. So Smith is getting rewarded for his hard work here in the first half.
34-0 is the score. The 3rd touchdown of the game for Bryce Smith. As the Lions have it teed up, and the kick is good.
Is good from Riley Crane. 5:06
Carterville leads it.
Lions 35.
35-7 is the score here from Harrisburg on NewsRadio WJPF.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe.
Parents, little cheerleaders are heading towards the track entrance on the concession stand side at Taylor Field. Bulldogs would also like to say a special thank you to Dr. Amy Miller for donating her medical services for tonight's game. And thanks to Deaconess Illinois EMS for providing ambulance service for home football games this season.
35-7 the score here at Harrisburg after the 1-yard touchdown run from Bryce Smith.
With 2:50 left in the half at Heron, Bree Central has taken lead over Heron 7-3.
So the Carterville Lions will kick it away. They have it teed up at the 40-yard line. Riley Crane does the kicking for the Lions. He gets his foot into it. Line drive. Oh, what a good kick. It's taken down at the 18-yard line by the Bulldogs with the football. It is Tony Keene, who's finally wrapped up and driven backwards. And that's where the Bulldogs will start as they have it with 4:58 showing on this second quarter clock. It's 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it at the 22.
One thing about the Carterville special teams kickoff, they do not give the return team good field position. They are getting down there quick, and they are doing a very good job of containment. A lot of times you'll see some players overcommit to the inside, and then somebody will bust it to the outside. Carterville's done a good job of not letting that happen.
They worked on it a lot in practice at the end of practice on Thursday. It was a focus for the coaching staff. So it's 1st and 10 from the 22 for the Bulldogs. As Owen ran and flag, and actually this has been a penalty-free game. I think maybe the only penalty prior to this was the personal foul on the Lions.
I think this is only the second flag of the game.
Legal procedure against the offense.
It's going to be procedure on Harrisburg, so that's going to back them up.
17.
Want to mention also to our right is our good friend Jeffrey Drake doing the PA here tonight for Harrisburg. We always like seeing Jeffrey, and
he's not punched me yet. So.
You know, Jeffrey hasn't aged like we have. I don't understand that.
He looks pretty good.
There must be something in the water down here in Saline County. I don't know.
He must be winning the football fantasy league, though.
He's ahead of me, I can tell you that.
I didn't play. It's the give now to Ross Ryder. Ryder carries it out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Back to about the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 now from the 22.
I think that was Peyton Van Horn who had a chance to stop him for a loss, but wasn't able to bring him down. But still, he only gained he gained the 5 yards back on the penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Harrisburg taking their time in the huddle. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 22, 4:20 on the second quarter clock. Owen Rand now, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, the sophomore. Takes the snap, gives it to the second man through. Carterville stops him right there at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 2. 3rd down and 12 now from the 20.
Yeah, Mooring. Riley Bradford and others in on that stop. That little inside move didn't work that time. They had that play ready to stop.
Sniffed it out. Coming up, we'll have a Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. 35-7 is the score here for the Lions. Harrisburg's facing a big 3rd down and 11 from the 21. Rand takes a snap, another flag, and another motion penalty on the Bulldogs. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 16.
I believe that was on the wide out to the near side.
Started early, I believe.
Braden Wakey kept pointing at him, so he saw it. So did the officials.
3rd and 16, the ball placed at the 15-yard line now. Actually, the ball is at the 17-yard line. Somewhere in there. Officially the 16. 3rd and 16. Rand rolls left, throws back to the far side. Has a receiver right there. He gets out to about the 22-yard line. The original line of scrimmage, Carterville has forced the Bulldogs into another 4th down situation.
A good job by Cordis, and I believe that was Eli Mooring not basically staying where they're supposed to. They didn't bite on the play fake to the near sideline. They kept their ground and stopped that play from being a big play.
They call that maintaining the containment, buddy.
Containment.
Containment. That's the word. They put him in a container.
Wow.
Harrisburg's going to punt away. Carterville has 2 back. Ball is kicked out of bounds. And Carterville is going to have it in Harrisburg territory at the 44-yard line as they get it back with 2:08. And you know the Lions want another touchdown before halftime.
They're rolling right now offensively. They've only had one penalty in this game. That was the late hit by Biddle. Offensively, they've just been very efficient. And Bryce Smith has been a beast yet again tonight.
Ball is at the 44-yard line for the Lions. They lead it 35-7. And there's 2:08 remaining until halftime. Murphy leads DuQuoin 14-10. Hellriegel feels some pressure, dodges it, steps up, gets away from the pressure. Out across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. How did they not get him in the backfield?
Well, that's just bad tackling because they had not one but two defenders that should have brought Hellriegel down for about a 5-yard loss. Hellriegel just kind of slithered his way through that mess and picked up about 7 yards.
Second down and 3 now. And a throw, first down for the Lions. Out across the 30, just keeps fighting and finally pushed out of bounds. On the reception for the Lions, Carterville moves the chains.
I think that was Berkey. I thought Berkey would probably catch the ball, turn to the outside. Instead, he turned to the inside and made a couple of nice moves to get the first down.
Ball is at the 25. Carterville has it 1st and 10. Driving once again with 1:35 remaining in the half. One receiver right, one to the left, and it's Hellriegel. It's going to keep it. Makes a move to the outside, spin move, and dropped at the 11-yard line. Nobody touched him through the line of scrimmage, and a great defensive stop to keep Andrew Hellriegel from scoring.
Yeah, good open field, good ankle tackle at the 12-yard line.
1st and 10 Lions, line of scrimmage, the Harrisburg 12-yard line.
He carries it down to the 12. That was a gain of 13 for Hellriegel. The clock with 1:13 rolls. Carterville threatening here. 1st and 10 from the 12. It's to give to Bryce Smith. Looks to get a block. Cuts it up at the hash. Takes it and spins his way in. Touchdown, Carterville Lions.
We always talk about Smith and his ability to read where the block's going to go. He had his hand on his blocker and then immediately cut it to the inside and left everybody in his wake.
Carterville scores in 1 minute and 7 seconds. They lead it 41-0. 41-7. And Riley Crane comes out to do the kicking for the Lions. Snap. The hold. Kick is good. 42-7. Lions, you know what, Scott Hudson? Lions are going to get the ball back to start the second half.
You couldn't write a script any better than this. This is exactly what they wanted to happen. They wanted to dominate the first half, and that's exactly what they've done. And now Harrisburg, with that sophomore quarterback, they're going to have to air it out in the second half.
Lions lead it 42-7. More coming up on News Radio WJPF.
People's National Bank has 2 great CD specials for you.
HHS Athletic Department would like to thank SIH Sports Rehabilitation for providing an athletic trainer, Tina Kay, for our teams once again this year. For sports rehabilitation, call SIH Sports Rehab at 877-656-4999. We appreciate SIH Sports Rehabilitation's interest in the health and safety of our students.
What a night for Carterville's Bryce Smith as he has scored 4 touchdowns for the Lions, and they lead it 42-7 with 61 seconds remaining here in the first half. Riley Crane has the ball teed at the 40-yard line. Harrisburg one opportunity to score here going into half. The kick is away, and it goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. But what a first half for the Lions.
Again, they came into this game knowing they were playing a very, very good team in Harrisburg that was going to be in the playoffs, win or lose. But Carterville just came out here very confident in what they could do in this game And they've just had their way in this first half.
And I tell you what, through this game, the momentum Carterville's way. That was the first possession by Harrisburg when they fumbled the ball, or the second possession, and Carterville recovered, and they just rolled from there.
Carterville is a very confident team, and they've played some good teams this year. Murfreesboro, Benton, a game DuQuoin team. Heron almost upset them in week 2, so this team's been tested.
Absolutely. So it is Owen Rand, the quarterback. Pitch to his jetback, and that is Carmelo Downey. Gets to the outside, inside, makes a move at the 45, cuts it back up in the middle, gets out toward midfield, and that's going to be a 15-yard first down on the carry by Carmelo Downey.
Score update with 5 seconds to go at Heron before half. Breeze Central leads Heron 20-3. All 3 of Breeze Central's touchdowns have come or have been a result of interceptions.
Oh, there's a penalty on the play. It's going to bring it back.
Wow. That's a big
one.
one.
For the Bulldogs, that's a big play. It's a 15-yarder. It's actually going to be a hold on Harrisburg. So that is marked off from the spot of the foul. So instead of having it at midfield, they mark it back at the 26-yard line. So it's 1st and 19 from the 26.
Yards for the Harrisburg Bulldogs from around 26.
Here come the Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. 40 seconds remaining, and the clock rolls. Coming up, our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. Lions lead it 42-7. Quick pass out to the far side. They cut up right at the hash and brought down short of the 35-yard line. So clock continues to roll.
Tell you what, he made a very, very good move once he got the ball. Downey did. Kind of little dipsy-do. Got to the inside and picked up nice yards.
Gained 8 on that, and it looks like Harrisburg's going to
let it roll out.
The clock run out. Hey, what a first half for the Carterville Lions as we head to halftime. Carterville leads it 42-7. Stay tuned. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report is next on News Radio WJPF.
You're just a few taps away.
License plate CD 63872, white Toyota Corolla. Please move your car or it will be towed. White Toyota Corolla.
Okay.
CD 63872.
Heron's thrown 4 interceptions in the first half.
Another vehicle, Chevy Silverado, needs to be moved. License plate 320666. So the white Corolla and the Silverado 320.
Heron's thrown 5 picks in the first half.
Is Billingsley playing?
No, he's out with concussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's first portion of your halftime entertainment, fresh off their 7th consecutive unbeaten season.
42-7 is our score here at halftime. The Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs. What a first half for the Lions.
They've done everything pretty much right in that first half with the exception of the Harrisburg touchdown, which was a nice drive by Harrisburg, aided by a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But Carterville does what good teams do. They take advantage of turnovers. 2 of Carterville's touchdowns are a direct result of Harrisburg turnovers. Carterville looks like they are in playoff mode right now.
They have been all night. And Harrisburg Carterville won the toss but deferred. Harrisburg got the ball first and had Carterville forced him into a 4-and-out, punted the ball away. Carterville went on a 7-play drive. It started at their 33 of Harrisburg. And it was a 3-yard touchdown run at the 7:29 mark of the first quarter. Carterville led it 7-0. Then the defense forced a fumble. Carterville recovers, and they turn around and 6 plays later score a 5-yard touchdown run from Bryce Smith, his second touchdown of the game. Extra point was good. Lions led it 14-0. Harrisburg got the ball back. They had to punt after a 4-and-out. And then the Carterville went on a 7-play drive. It was a 2-yard touchdown run from Bryce Smith, his third touchdown of the game, and Carterville led it 21-0 at the end of 1.
And that, you could just tell that Harrisburg, they had no momentum whatsoever. They'd taken the first punch, and at that point had not punched back.
Harrisburg had the ball to end the first quarter, and they had it into the second. They finished a drive, a 5-play drive, a 7-yard touchdown run from Ross Ryder for Harrisburg. The extra point was good. The first and only score for Harrisburg came at the 11:01 mark of the second quarter. It was 21-7 Lions. Carterville gets it right back. 4 plays later, a 24-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Blake Berkey. Extra point good, 28-7, and that was a beautiful pass.
Oh, it is. And, we mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Hellriegel hasn't had to throw the ball a lot this year because of a guy named Bryce Smith, but we knew that he can throw the football, and he has shown that here tonight.
Here's the other thing about Andrew Hellriegel that's impressive. Coming into tonight, he has a 70% completion mark. He'd thrown for over 1,100 yards, 94 for 94 for 134 for 1,105 yards. He's had such a quiet, great year for the Lions.
It has been quiet, and the thing about Carterville, you just can't focus on the running game. You just can't focus on the passing game. They're both very good.
Harrisburg got the ball back after that pass and catch for the Lions, and then it was Bryce Smith that picked off the pass of the quarterback for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Owen ran, and Carterville took advantage. 7 plays later, it was Bryce Smith that scored on the 1-yard touchdown run. Lions up 35-7. Harrisburg gets it back, forced a punt. Carterville then, in 4 plays, drives from their 44 from the Harrisburg 44. It was a 12-yard touchdown run. Bryce Smith put the Lions up 42-7. It's been all Carterville here in the first half.
Yeah, Carterville would like to get a running clock, get their starters out, let them rest, get the reserves in there. I don't think really anybody coming into this game tonight thought that a running clock was going to happen at all.
No.
I didn't.
No.
And it still may not. But Carterville, if they could score, on their first possession of the second half,
would get the running clock.
It's just they've just been so good tonight, minus the 1 penalty and minus maybe the 1 drive by Harrisburg, who, remember, Dave, on Harrisburg's touchdown drive, I believe every play they ran on that drive was a different play and nothing they had run in their first 2 possessions.
That's exactly how they did it, and they looked fantastic on that drive. But Carterville's going to get the ball back as they come out from halftime. It is 42-7 the score here at halftime. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report will continue here on News Radio WJPF. guys have an outstanding band. Outstanding.
My wife's a director, so I'll tell her. My wife's a director, I'll tell her.
We'll tell her job well done.
Dave really wants to go out there and sing. That's why he's telling me that.
42-7 is our score here at halftime. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report continues, updating scores from around Southern Illinois.
Yeah, let's see here. Bree Central scored 3 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the first half. Right now, they lead Heron. Let's see here what it's got. 20-3 at half. Murfreesboro at half leads DuQuoin 32-0. Last check we had on Johnson City, they led at the end of 1 over CZR 34-0. And those are the only scores we have at this moment.
Benton Rangers leading Anna Jonesboro at the half. That score 21-0. Marion leads Mattoon 20-7. That's a halftime score. At the half, Cesar-Valere over Hamco 18-0. Flora and Carterville White County are tied at 16.
Wow.
That's a good ball game right there. That's at half. Also, if I can get my thing to update here, Centralia leads Collinsville 21-14. It is Mount Vernon over Mount Carmel 13-6.
Wow.
That's a halftime score. Johnston City, as you mentioned, 49-0 over CZR at the half. Althoff and Alton are tied at 7. It's Charleston over Salem, 7-0, a halftime score. Boy, my fingers sometimes just don't move right. Redbud leads East Alton 14-6. That's a halftime score.
Really interested in that Cahokia score if you find it.
How about Jersey over Columbia, 6-0 at the half. Nashville leads Frankfurt 28-7. And Brentwood leads Sparta 41-0. That is a second quarter score. Pinckneyville leads Massac 19-7. Central leads, you gave that 20-3 was the last at this half.
23 at half.
El Dorado, Edwards County. It's El Dorado 48-0 over Edco tonight.
Big score there.
And let's see. Carlisle leads Red Hill 32-0. Waterloo over Freeburg 31-14. That's still a second quarter score. So a lot of scores from around Southern Illinois. And don't forget, tomorrow there's one game, and of course it's Vienna, as they are going to be taking on Fairfield. 1 o'clock kick from Vienna High School. 42-7 is our score here at the half as the Harrisburg Marching Bulldogs continue to perform here at halftime. And they have a great band program here at Harrisburg. Want to recognize them. Stay with us. We're going to continue on our Ron Ward Chevrolet next on News Radio WJPF.
Hi, welcome to the UPS store.
Yeah.
In your
Yeah, we
small
can make it.
business needs.
Shredding.
Yep.
Wow, that's really
Hey, everybody
some
online, good
ing.
evening
Now
to
you're
you.
getting it.
Thank you for
The
watching.
UPS
We
store.
appreciate it.
Every ing for small business. And pricing and hours
Okay.
may vary. See Center for details.
Good. Halftime at Harrisburg, the Lions lead the Bulldogs 42-7 here on week number 8 of the high school football season.
Number 9.
Number 9. Man, I am just.
You were wishing it was still week 9.
I did not stop and get my cup of coffee before the game.
How
tonight.
dare you? Do not do that again.
I am. You know me. I'm as superstitious as anybody.
That's true.
And I just failed to pick up a cup of coffee. I just got me a Coke, and man, I will not do that come playoffs next Saturday.
I'll bring you a whole pot. How's that?
I just am mixing up the numbers. Boy, but what a first half for the Lions as they lead at 42-7 here at Harrisburg.
Almost perfection. I mean, if this were an Olympic sport, you know, the Russian judge would have given Carterville a 9.5.
Yeah.
You know, the only issue was the one touchdown they gave up and the one late hit out of bounds. That's it. Carterville was the better team in the first half, and it showed.
Let's kind of talk a little bit. We've got some time here, Scott Hudson, about the playoff outlook coming up next week. And I don't know. What do you think? I mean, we've speculated for a couple of weeks, but there's just you said earlier there's so many questions and variables this year that it's really hard to predict how the brackets are actually going to shake out.
I think two things affect that. One, there's no multiplier this year,
right.
So the private schools aren't going to get bumped up like they normally do. Two, I counted this week there are 28 eight-man football teams. So that's 28 teams that used to play regular football that have affected the number of schools that play football, which means the numbers aren't going to be there as far as you need 32 teams in each class. That's going to be an issue. We had heard last week that there's a possibility that 4 and 5 teams might get in. Not a lot, a few. Now we're hearing, well, probably not. I still don't know how that's going to work in 4A because when I looked at it today, there's not going to be enough 5 and 4 teams to fill out the 32-team bracket. Now, are they going to move teams down out of 5A to 4A, 4A to 3A, so on and so forth? I don't know. But like Coach Dow said, this is very unpredictable what's going to happen tomorrow night. And it's kind of like a kid at Christmas time. You've asked for a lot of things. You know you're going to get one of them, but until you open that present, you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, bottom line for the Carterville Lions and Carterville Nation is the fact they will more than likely be a number 1 seed. It doesn't really matter. They'll be home for week 1 of the playoffs. Now, whether it's I can't imagine Carterville would choose to play a Friday night playoff game because you like playing the day games. But next Saturday, Carterville will be at home for the first round of the playoffs.
They'll be at home next week. Opponent to be determined tomorrow night about 8:30. So we'll see. Now, if Carterville does get a 1 seed and they win week 1, and the higher seed that they would play, let me start that over. Carterville would have a home game in week 1. Let's say they would have to play the winner of the 8-9 seeds. If the 8 seed wins, they've already had a home game. So when you've both had a home game, it goes to the higher seed, so Carterville would be at home 2 weeks in a row.
Just one of the updates that we get, and Carbondale has always had an outstanding kicking game. Ian Davis for Carbondale kicked a 57-yard field goal going into halftime for the Carbondale Terriers. How about that? 57.
I wonder what the high school record is in Southern Illinois.
I would have to say
that might be it.
That might be.
I mean, 57 yards,
that is absolutely crazy.
That's crazy.
Hey, don't forget Sports Voice tomorrow morning with Murph and Hudson. Kicks off at 8 o'clock. I'll pop in there about 9 o'clock. We'll name our high school football team of the week. We'll be talking about, the boys will be talking about the playoffs and what their speculation is as we go through tonight. And you can bet Scott Hudson, when he gets home tonight, he'll get his bowl of ice cream and he'll sit down at the table and go through the scores. And tomorrow morning, Scott is going to give you the exact bracket for the IHSA playoffs. And he will submit that to the IHSA, and that's how things will go. But
if they only listen to what I had to say.
I know, but then tomorrow night, Matt Varney and I are going to team up starting at 8 o'clock, and we're going to have our playoff show. Be talking with area coaches, broadcasters talking about the teams that get in, those that don't get in as well. That'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night over on 103.5 ESPN. Hope you will join us then as the Carterville Lions have made their way out of the locker room. And what do you expect from the Lions here on the first possession of the second half?
Well, I think the one thing you don't want to do is get complacent. You want to go out there and do what you did in the first half. You don't want to get sloppy. You don't want to get in a bad routine. So I look for Carterville to do a lot of what they did in the first half, which was give Bryce Smith the ball and let him rumble.
Something you always like to see wherever you're at. You can see all the little girls. They got the little girls dancing out there, Scott.
Yes.
There's got to be 100 of them or more, maybe 100.
I would not want to have to run that daycare.
About 125 to 150 little girls out there on the field as they're dancing here on a senior night at Taylor Field. We're going to go on and take one more break here on our Ron Ward Chevrolet. On our Ron Ward Chevrolet halftime report. Second half action is next on News Radio WJPF.
You don't have to be told.
Let's hear it one more time for your West Side cheerleaders.
Welcome back to Harrisburg Bulldog football. 42-7. The Lions are defeating Harrisburg Bulldogs right now here at the halftime. The youngsters out there on the field right now.
And we're moments away from hearing the East Side cheerleaders as the East Side cheerleaders are set to take the field.
A lot of issues. And I can tell you right now, we talked about it during the ball game and even before. This line is offensive line. They've got a couple guys over 300 pounds. They're over 6'2", 6'3". It's like the Lions have 2 or 3 people playing on their offensive line. And you got guys that big, you move people. That's what they've been doing against the Dogs.
Yeah, they're huge, but offensively, Carterville is not being stopped. Harrisburg's not being able to figure out a way to stop the Carterville Lion offense, and that's some of those who were able to put up 42 points in a quick second half. Unless Harrisburg did something here, but the upsetting or not good thing is for the Dogs is the Lions get the football to start the second half. So if they come and they do what they've been doing and they score, all of a sudden it's 49-7. It's basically ball game, and it's just going to go quick. You don't want that to be the case in week 9. You're trying to get
42-7 our score here at halftime. The Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Week 9 of the high school football season. Updating some scores from around Southern Illinois. Nashville Hornets lead the West Frankfort Redbirds. That score 28-7. At the half, Jersey leads Columbia 6-0. Also, Redbud leads East Alton 14-6 at the half.
I tried to find the Cahokia score, and I cannot find it. And everybody's like, well, what do you care about Cahokia? Well, if Cahokia beats O'Fallon, which is unlikely, O'Fallon's a bigger school. They're 7-1 on the season. But if Cahokia were to beat O'Fallon, there's a very, I'd say, a good chance that Cahokia, who would then be 5-4, would come to Carterville next Saturday and play the Lions.
I agree. Carlisle leads Red Hill 32-30. Let's see here. Charleston over Salem 7-0. O'Fallon leads Cahokia 36-6.
Okay, that's kind of what I expected. So now here's the scenario there. Cahokia will end the season 4-5. The people we've talked to tonight really don't think 4-5 teams are going to make it. If that's the case, they'll be eliminated from the playoff picture. Then your head really starts to spin on who Carterville's going to get in the first round.
If you want to run down to my car in the front seat, there's the pairing, the outlook from the IHSA I forgot to put that in my notebook.
I've looked at it all week, and my eyeballs have crossed about 40 times from looking at it.
I know. Alton leads Altov, or excuse me, they're tied at 7 at Alton this evening. Johnson City all over CZR tonight at the half, 49-0. Mount Vernon leads Mount Carmel 13-6. That's a big game in Southern Illinois. And man, I tell you what, really happy Mount Vernon clinched through the tiebreaker the South 7 title after having the ineligible player play, but they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it sounds like it was not really the fault of the kid, or obviously, or even it wasn't intentional. Let's put it that way. They either didn't get the paperwork turned in time, or something to that effect. So I'm like you. I'm very happy for Mount Vernon, and hopefully they can do some damage in the playoffs.
Centralia leads Collinsville 21-14. That's a halftime score. Hamco getting beat by Cesar-Valil, actually getting shut out 18-0. Central over Heron 20-3. That's a halftime score. Pinckneyville over Massac 19-7. Marion over Mattoon on the road at Mattoon 20-7. Anna Jonesboro getting shut out by the Benton Rangers 21-0. And here it's the Carterville Lions 42 and the Harrisburg Bulldogs 7. As we are getting you set for second half action, Carterville, who won the toss, is elected to defer, and they're going to get the ball here to start play in the second half.
What a night for high school football. Beautiful.
Oh, the emotions with so many teams around the state tonight, too. Senior nights, last games for high school players, but also the emotion of, are we in or out of the playoffs?
Now, some teams have to win to get in. Others, like Harrisburg and Carterville, know they're in, but they want to win to get a higher seed.
Yep, absolutely. Carterville's going to be moving from right to left. They're in their all-white uniforms tonight. The white jersey, the white pants, and the orange helmet. The Harrisburg Bulldogs, the purple people eaters out there. Solid purple with the white letters on their brand-new turf field here at Taylor Field in Harrisburg. Carterville's looking to play. Looks like they anticipate maybe an onside. Yeah. They bring everybody up tight. They kick it away, and it's going to be taken at the 20-yard. Actually, goes out of bounds as coming over on the coverage was Luke Johnson. Had it go through his hands. It goes out of bounds. Carterville's going to start 1st and 10 from the 40.
Yeah, luckily he was right at the sideline. If, he's 5 yards further into the middle of the field, he misses that ball. It's a free-for-all.
Carterville leads at 42-7. Let's see what they do on their first drive. Coach Brett Dial and his Lions, they break huddle over on the far sideline. Andrew Hellriegel, the quarterback, brings his offense on the field. The ball is at the 17-yard line of Carterville, moving left to right as we mentioned. Ball is on the near hash. Carterville has it. Hellriegel from the shotgun. One receiver to the left, one to the right. It's to give to Bryce Smith. He tries to take it off tackle. Gets a blocker out in front of him across the 10, the 20, to the 25, to the 28-yard line where he's brought down. And on the first play from scrimmage, it's a first down carry for Bryce Smith.
1st and 10 Lions, fresh set of downs.
We sound like a broken record, I know, but Bryce Smith does a great job of following his blockers, knowing when to go inside or outside.
Ball is at the 29-yard line. They go quickly. Carterville throws a screen pass out to the far sideline. It's caught. Gain of 5, maybe 6 out there. On the reception, I believe that was Blake Berkey.
Bryce Smith went in motion. He ended up being the lead blocker for Berkey on that play, and Berkey got about 5 on that pass to the outside.
2nd and 5 now from the 34-yard line for the Lions. 42-7 the score. It's a keeper by Hellriegel right up the middle, and he gets out close to the stick.
Hellriegel with the carry for the Lions.
They're going to move the chains, and that's a first down carry for the quarterback for Carterville.
Hellriegel did a very nice job of pulling the ball out of Smith's stomach, because if he doesn't, that's a loss.
They were right there. They moved the chains on the far side. Carterville's first possession of the second half. Hellriegel looks to throw, throws right side, has Nolan Hartford. He has a face mask pulled down. 2 flags come in. They'll tack on yardage after the reception from Nolan Hartford, and that was all mask as he got tackled, and that's going to put the ball into Harrisburg territory.
High percentage pass. Let's let Hartford, go to the outside, catch the ball, and try to make something happen in the open field. Probably had his...
Black Chevy truck, 313.
Well, I told you before the game, my sophomore year, I was a punter. I had the snapper snap the ball over my head. When I turned around, I got hit so hard. When I got up, my face mask was on the side of my head.
1st and 10 for the Lions. From the 37-yard line, a throw from Hellriegel finds Biddle at the 20. Makes a move, and it's going to be Peyton Biddle. The 37-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle.
Well thrown ball. Biddle was out there. There was another receiver for Carterville out there as well, but Biddle caught the ball near between the hash mark and the far sideline and then just cut it back to the middle, and one of the officials even fell down. I guess Biddle faked him out too, but Carterville scores yet again.
48-7, pending the extra point. A 37-yard touchdown pass. Here's the kick, and it is good. Carterville leads this game 49-7 here with 10:47 remaining in the third quarter. Stay with us. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Rob Pit Barbecue, mouth-watering award.
37-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. Carterville now leads this game 49-7, Scott Hudson.
And Hellriegel had time to look downfield, had time to find that receiver that was going to get open. His offensive line gave him the time to throw the ball, and he found the open receiver, and that was Biddle, and he did the rest.
That'll give the Lions the running clock here in the third quarter, 10:47 showing. Harrisburg is going to get the ball back. As the kick from Riley Green from the 40. It's going to be taken at the 20-yard line by the Bulldogs. They bring it across the 25 to the 31, maybe 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling. It's a full-service salon on Division Street in Carterville. Open Tuesday through Friday from 8 until 5, Saturday from 8 until 2.
Charlie Howerton, we talked about him on the offensive line, getting a little bit of work here on the defensive line as well. Well, just as I say that, they take him out.
Ball is at the Harrisburg 32-yard line.
4 first downs tonight for Harrisburg compared to Carterville's 17. 1st and 10, Owen Rand is in shotgun. It's a second string.
So the quarterback for the Bulldogs, Owen Wren, gives it to his running back. That is Ross Ryder, and he's hit and dropped for a loss in the backfield.
Tackled by 72, Hayden Morris.
What a tackle there by the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, that was Carterville's Hayden Morris, the 6', 235-pound senior. Smith, Hartford going out now. Some more fresh faces in there. We see Bishing, one of the cornerbacks now for Carterville.
Ball's at the 28-yard line. It's 2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs. The sophomore quarterback for Harrisburg, Owen Rand, the 6'2 sophomore. It's the pitch to Downey. Tries to get to the outside, and he's pushed out of bounds on the near side.
Downey, the ball carrier.
As pushed out by Wakey.
Gain of 1.
Now Skelcher and Crane come in, or Crane and Skelcher come in. Biddle and Berkey go out.
3rd and 12 now for the Lions, or excuse me, for the Bulldogs. The ball right at the 30-yard line. Clock continues to roll. The high school rule, a 40-point lead. You get the rolling clock in the second half. So now Owen Rand from the shotgun, drops back, looks to throw. Throws it across the middle, overshoots his intended receiver. That was Carmelo Downey. Downey, the 6-foot junior for the Bulldogs.
And I think Carterville might get roughing the passer. Yep.
Personal foul, roughing the
Yeah.
passer against Carterville.
They got
I think that might have been. Well, I won't say because I don't want to be wrong. But anyway, that's the second penalty tonight for Carterville. That's a big one. That will give Harrisburg a first down.
Yes, it will. They had forced the 4th down, but the penalty gives them the first down. Moves the chains. They put the ball down at the 45-yard line.
My first question would be, and it probably was roughing the passer. I didn't see it, but my first thought was, hey, the NFL has sent their officials to Harrisburg tonight.
Clock rolls to 7:20 in the 3rd. Rand drops back, throws it to the right side, has his receiver out there at the 45-yard line. That was Charlie Fehrenbacher on the reception for the Bulldogs.
Bishing, I think Wakey was also in on the tackle over there. Only a gain of 2.
Yep. 2nd down and 8 as they have it at the 47-yard line. Harrisburg moving right to left.
And as I said, Dave, at this point, Carterville is going to play a lot of kids, get their starters out. Plus, Carterville will get an extra day of rest this week because more than likely the first-round game will not be till Saturday afternoon.
From the far hash, Bulldogs with it. 2nd and 8 from the 47. Rand looks over his offense, puts his man in motion, and it's to give the running back, Ross Ryder, right up the gut, plows his way for a first down out across the 45 of Carterville to about the 43-yard line.
Skelcher and Grant Gibbons, a 6'2", 152-pound sophomore, in on the stop for the Lions.
Coming up, we'll have our SI Suzuki Strings postgame show. Our John A. Logan.
Say that real fast 3 times.
Know. Our John A. Logan College coaches interview with Coach Brett Dowell. That's coming up on our postgame report. It is 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Rand looks to throw, throws it deep across the middle. His receiver was there wide open and off the fingertips of Charlie Fehrenbacher. He had beat the defender by about 3 yards. The ball was right there. He just couldn't haul it in.
Well thrown ball. Well thrown ball. You have to make that catch. And fortunately for Carterville, he didn't.
2nd down and 10 now from the 44. Boy, that was right there. Nice Carterville crowd traveled and made the trip 45 minutes to the east here in Saline County. Taylor Field, newly remodeled, a beautiful AstroTurf field here with the track. They did an outstanding job. It's the give to Ryder right up the gut, cuts it to the outside to the 30, to the 25, keeps churning, and man, he's running hard. He's a hard runner, and another big first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's a really good-looking running back. Well, he is a senior, so I thought I saw earlier he was only a junior, but
came into tonight's game with 12 TDs, 874 yards on 147 carries.
That's a pretty good season.
That's a good season. You know, 126 yards tonight, and he's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Of course, Carterville has a 1,000-yard rusher in Bryce Smith. He's got 4 touchdowns here this time. I don't think the quarterback, Owen Rand, was ready for that as he just takes it to the far sideline where he's knocked out of bounds.
That play was I don't think he expected the snap. It looked like he wasn't even ready. He got the ball. Then it's like, I don't know what the play is, so he just ran it to the boundary on the far side and didn't gain any yards. We do have a player down on the far sideline. Cannot see who that player is.
Official timeout. Fans,
And it's actually the chain
Jessica
gang
Furlong,
that's
please
right there
report to
with
the
him
front
right
of the
now.
bleachers in front of the cheerleaders.
So we have a
Jessica
timeout
Furlong
on the field.
to please
We'll
report to the
pause
front of the bleachers
here from
in
Harrisburg.
front of the cheerleaders.
Lions lead it.
It's a member of the chain gang.
Actually, we're going to keep it. It was actually, I think they were trying to repair the down
Oh,
marker.
okay.
So not an injury, but, well, the down marker was injured.
Yep.
And the repair crews were quickly there.
Couple scores update. Muscuda leads Carbondale 36-17. At the end of 3, Breeze Central leads Heron 20-3.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Clock continues to roll. 3:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville leads this game 49-7. Bulldogs are driving though. Their first possession of the second half. They send 2 receivers to the far near side. Dropping back, Rand looks to throw. Throw overshoots his receiver.
Harrisburg pass for 10 Owen Rand intended for 20 Reed Ryder.
That was Reed Ryder, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Riley Crane, the defensive back for Carterville, tried to step in front and pick that pass off. It was thrown a little lower. Crane's got good size for a defensive back. I mean, he comes 6'2", 185, only a sophomore. He's got good size.
Owen Rand came to the near sideline, talked to his head coach, Matt Griffith. Harrisburg coming into the game, 5-3. They finished 3rd in the Ohio division of the River to River Conference. 3-2 in conference play, 2:10 remaining. Rand takes a snap, drops back, looks left side, throws it. Receiver was there, but nice defense as it was Brandon Skelcher that came flying in, knocked the ball to the turf, and now the Bulldogs are looking at 4th down.
Yeah, Carterville's not getting any pressure on the quarterback, and Carterville's defensive back's just sitting back there watching the quarterback's eye, see where he's going to throw, and that was a nice play by the safety Skelcher.
So it's 4th down now for the Bulldogs. The ball at the 22-yard line. This is the 11th play of the drive. Minute 35 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville looking to extend their season record to 9-0. First time since 2015 that the Lions were undefeated. Rand, 2 receivers left side. Low snap, picks it up, screen pass left side, gets it out to Godsey. Godsey has his ankle wrapped up. He can't get anywhere, and that Carterville defense forces the change of possession, and Carterville's going to get the ball back.
We just mentioned his name. We're going to mention it again. Nice open field tackle by Riley Crane, the sophomore. He makes that tackle at the 20. They're going to put it down at the 27 or 8-yard line. Either way, if he doesn't make that tackle, the receiver's got some room to maneuver. But Crane with a very nice open field tackle.
Gives the ball right back to the Lions.
1st and 10 Lions from their own 28.
With the rolling clock, it rolls under 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Carterville leads the game 49-7.
I know one thing Coach Dow wants to see out of his reserves, especially his offense. He wants to see them play a little bit better than they probably have in the last couple of weeks.
From the 28-yard line, Brandon Skelcher into the game now. He finds Cade Lustenberger, and he scoots his way to the far sideline. It's caught out there. And that is going to be the last play of the third quarter. Carterville leads this game 49-7. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
Dr. Childers.
As we head to the fourth quarter, the Carterville Lions lead the Harrisburg Bulldogs 49-7. Just one quarter remaining in the 2022 high school football regular season. Lions have the ball. It's Brandon Skelcher who gives it to his. No, he's going to keep it. Skelcher spins his way out to about the 34-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down, about 3 yards or so, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
A couple score updates. 11:02 left in the fourth at Heron. Bree Central now leads Heron 27-3, and Murfreesboro after 3 leads DuQuoin 40-7.
49-7 our score here. Carterville taking their time as they'll run the play clock down each and every snap now. Rolling clock in the fourth quarter. Skelcher brings his offense to the line. Trip receivers to the far side. One near side. Skelcher throws it right side. It's caught out there by Nick Bishing. And he twists his way out for a first down catch for the Lions.
Nice throw by Skelcher and a better catch and run by Bishing. He kind of looked like one of those little water bugs, and he was able to get the first down for Carterville. Nice play on both ends.
Yeah, it was. Out to the 42-yard line. Moves the chains. 1st and 10 now for the Lions. As Skelcher checks the sideline. Brett Dial calls the play. Has 2 receivers to the left side. 2 spread out to the far side. Ball on the far hash. Carterville's working the play clock down. 14, 13, 12 now. Under 10 on the play clock. Takes the snap, right side, throws the ball, and it was taken out there as it was Cade Lustenberger on the reception.
I know Lustenberger hasn't seen a lot of passes, a lot of targets in the last few weeks, but I will tell you this. Come playoff time, when you're down in the red zone, that big body will probably be on the field because you never know when his size can make a difference.
When you're 6'5",
yes,
you know, and he's got good hands. And actually got his first touchdown of the season last week against Pinckneyville. And he did a good job on it. It was a low ball. He had to kind of go down to get it. So
he's
Lusty's.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you got to remember that when you got somebody that tall on the outside, he's going to be a weapon.
5 seconds, 4 on the play clock. Carterville needs to hurry. Did they take too long? No, they get the play off. They give it to Riley Crane. Crane tries to take it to the far side, and he's forced out of bounds over on the Carterville sideline. It's going to be short of the first down.
Again, the winning 50-50 ticket tonight, 396-3342. You can take your ticket, claim your winnings at the snow cone zone. 396-3342.
And it looks like the chain crew's having to work on their down marker once again. It's week 9.
That's week 9.
As they mark the ball at the 49-yard line, so there was no gain.
Now it's 3rd down, and we'll call it 4.
8:40 remaining in this contest. Brandon Skelcher, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be short. He got to the midfield stripe right at the 50.
Skelcher, the ball carrier.
And that's going to force Carterville now into a 4th and 2.
I think Carterville go. Why not? You're up 49-7.
Exactly.
This is, and again, a lot of people may not think, okay, the reserves are in, the game's over. But the coaching staff, they want to see these reserves do well. They want to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. So this is big for the coaching staff to see what these kids can do in these type of situations.
4th and 2 from the 50. Ball just this side of the far hash. 7 seconds on the play clock. They
Automatic
got the Bulldogs
first
to jump offside, and that's big. Skelcher is outstanding at getting the defense to jump.
Encroachment against the defense.
So that'll move the chains. Carterville will get the first down.
The other thing that made that play work, Dave, is that Carterville's first string offense had not tried that all night. So Harrisburg was not expecting it. And as you said, Skelcher's very good at drawing the defense off sides.
They have the ball at the Harrisburg 45. Clock continues to roll towards 7 minutes remaining. Skelcher Going to keep it himself, dodges his way. Inside, gets back to the line of scrimmage of 45, and no more. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now from the 45.
A yard on the play. 2nd and 9 from the Bulldog.
They give him a half yard.
Well, Dave, I won't be able to listen to the show tomorrow night with you and Matt, but keep me updated.
I will.
And I'm puzzled to this point on who Carterville's going to get. I have no idea.
Yeah.
None.
We'll have to get home, and like I said earlier, go through tonight's scores. I'll probably go to bed.
Well, that'd be a good thing because you got to get up earlier than me.
So it's 3rd down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Now, Lustenberg had the ball hit him right in the hands, about a helmet high, and he just couldn't hang on to it. Wouldn't have been a first down unless he makes, defender miss, but still it would have made 3rd down a little bit more manageable.
Don't forget Sports Voice tomorrow morning. Starts at 8 o'clock with Mike Murphy, Scott Hudson. That's from 8 until 10. Tomorrow night, starting at 8 p.m., 12 hours later, it will be the playoff show. Matt Varney and myself getting together. We'll break down the playoff matchups. The IHSA will start releasing the brackets around 8 o'clock, and we'll let you know where Southern Illinois teams are going to be playing. As Skelcher rolls left, wants to throw, throws it across the middle, overshoots his receiver, and his intended receiver was Nick Hellriegel. That's his brother. You think they would hit every single pass?
Well, that's Skelcher throwing to
Hellriegel.
True.
Oh, that's true.
So,
never mind.
But Skelcher had a little bit of zip on that ball.
Yeah, he did. You're right. That's Skelcher and not Andrew to Nicholas.
Carterville will go for it again here on 4th down. They'll let the play clock will be under 5 minutes by the time this play is run. Beautiful night of high school football. Carterville has just played so well tonight. And you kind of had to think, well, okay, after you've had the 2 easy wins against Madison, Petersville, how will Carterville come out? Well, they came out like gangbusters.
Skelcher throws, finds his receiver, and that's Cade Lustenberger for a first down catch. Picks up about 11. It's going to move the chains. 1st down and 10. Also want to say congratulations to Coach Nathan Emmerich and the Carterville girls volleyball team. Conference champs this week. Won last night. They start regional play on Tuesday when they're going to play Murfreesboro in the Chester Regional. Congratulations to Carterville volleyball.
Yes.
Conference champions.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
It does have a nice ring to it. And move the chains. Carterville continues to milk the clock. 4 minutes remaining in the contest. And it's Riley Crane on the carry, and he gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now from the 34.
Riley Crane, the ball carrier.
SIU this weekend?
SIU at South Dakota, a team SIU faced in the playoffs last year and won. This year, South Dakota is not having a good year. So, again, you still have to play the game, but this is a very, very winnable game on the road for SIU. Then they would come home next week to play Northern Iowa. And, boy, wouldn't you love the Salukis to win the next 2 weeks. Then they have their bye week, I believe. And then North Dakota State comes to town. That could be for the conference championship.
It could be. This is the 13th play of this drive for the Lions. 3:15 on the clock. Riley Crane gets the handoff. And the Harrisburg defense was right there, led by number 68, Aiden Steiner for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Riley had nowhere to go. He probably thought he was in one of those houses you have at the carnivals where it's got all the mirrors and you bump in. That's kind of what he felt like on that play.
That's true.
I never got in one of those. I didn't want to be made fun of.
Brandon Skelcher looks at the play clock. 15-14. Once again, I want to say congratulations to Harrisburg's athletic program here. The beautiful facility. The pass is caught by Hellriegel. And that is Nick Hellriegel on the reception, and he gets down to about the 24-yard line.
And I think they're going to have call a face mask on Harrisburg. So Hellriegel with a nice catch, nice run. No, they're going to call it on Carterville holding.
I'll bring it back.
All right.
But they have such a beautiful football facility here now. And well-deserved. It's Taylor Field, the field house locker room area.
You won't find a nicer field house than the one to our left. Not in high school, anyway.
Somebody said earlier, as nice as you'll see in college or the pros, the locker room.
Yep.
Third down.
Clock continues to roll, just a minute 45 remaining.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard Jeffrey Drake donated half the money for that over there to our left.
He probably –
fantasy winnings.
So you paid for this.
Well, with my fantasy winnings, I might be able to buy a bag of popcorn. That'd be about it.
Scott Hudson helped contribute to the new facility here at Harrisburg.
Penalty marker on the play. Delay a game against the offense.
Clock continues to roll, 90 seconds remaining. Carterville
Third down, 20 yards to go for the
is
Lions.
going to run their record and keep it unblemished on the season.
But Dave, I don't want to gloat, so I won't. But do you remember what I said before week 1 of the season?
In a text message while I was eating lunch, you said Carterville should go 9-0.
I said if they can stay away from any major injuries, they have a very good chance to go 9-0. I had some people laugh at me.
I know. I agreed with you. I just didn't say it out loud. But Carterville is going to finish the 2022 high school football season undefeated with a record of 9-0. And wow, what a season for the Lions. Conference champions on the Mississippi side and undefeated on the year. 49-7 the win here on the road at Harrisburg. Stay with us. Post-game shows coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
SI Suzuki Strings has music classes and lessons.
It's a 90 here, and then all you need is your 30.
Babies
Johnny Logan before the coach.
perform action songs, play orchestral quality instruments, and
Harrisburg 5-4. IHSA postseason brackets announcements happen tomorrow evening. Thanks for everyone for attending Week 9 and Senior Night here at Taylor Field and Hunsinger Stadium, and for attending all regular season home games at Harrisburg High School. Please drive home safely.
We're good. We just got to look to next week. We do better when Sherman's gone and Lance is here. You hear that? Jeffrey's doing the game next week. They play better when you're on the radio.
Rocky Mountain Way. Joe Walsh. Colorado. Oh, my God.
They left after the game.
Congratulations to Coach Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions as they finished the football season a perfect 9-0, the first time since 2015. Conference champs on the Mississippi side of the river to river, and now they can say 9-0, the perfect season for the Carterville Lions.
And this probably would not have happened except for the hard work in the offseason. Games in football are won and lost in the summer by the conditioning, the weightlifting, the time you put into becoming a better football player and a better football team. And this is what happens when you do that hard work in the offseason. You get a chance to go 9-0 in the regular season and get a number 1 seed in Class 4A and when the playoffs start next week.
49-7 the final score here tonight at Harrisburg as Coach Brett Dial has his team out at about the 35-yard line talking with them, and I just saw them give themselves a big round of applause. It's been a goal. They knew it was a possibility, and we've been watching this team progress. This senior-led team, 16 seniors on this team, back when they were freshmen, we knew there was something special about this group of players, and they showed it starting their freshman year, and they wrap it up with a regular season win, a perfect 9-0.
When they were freshmen, they learned how to win, and that goes a long way in having a very successful season. When you have kids who have won and they know how to win, that makes a big, big difference. You go back to week 2 at Heron. Heron took 11-8 lead in the third quarter, and Carterville scored with about 30 seconds after that to take the lead for good and went 15-11. That may have been a little bit of a wake-up call for this team, because the next week they played Murfreesboro and just destroyed a very good Murfreesboro team. So lesson learned in week 2, and they took off from there, and they never looked back.
Carterville Lions a perfect 9-0 on the season after the win here tonight against the Harrisburg Bulldogs. And we want to say thanks to the Bulldogs. Great host here for us this evening. It's been a good night. Hoping that Coach Brett Dowell starts to make his way up here to our broadcast location, and we'll have a chance to talk with the coach here on our SI Suzuki Strings post-game show as the Lions are. That's a happy group of boys right there.
Yeah, they're waving to the other coaches down at the far end. See Coach Wakey. I believe that's Coach Lang Tang.
Yep.
Coach Samuel. I think they're getting. Well, they want them to come down there for a picture as well. I mean, and again, we talk about special teams with Carterville and everything else they've done well. Well, let's give a big shout out to the guys who have put this team together, and that's the coaching staff. Head coach Coach Dial has done an outstanding job. The assistant coaches have done an outstanding job, and they need to take part in this as well, because they're a big reason why they're undefeated in the regular season.
Everybody comes out there. Coach Jake Wakey, Sean Geralds, Sean Langtang, Nathan Biddle, Dylan Samuel, Coach Tuttle, Joel Sambursky, who's been part of the coaching staff this year. Man, what a great help he has been to the quarterback play. And you can see it on the field where his influence has helped out, but especially to Coach Brett Dial. What a fantastic season as they're trying to get the whole group photo out before they start to make their way to the locker room. And they keep backing up. The camera. When you're a camera person, it's Gail. She finally got that, I do believe.
That's funny. When people take my picture, they always keep backing up.
Yeah, they do the same thing.
I don't understand.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
But anyway, they finally get the shot they wanted, and can't wait to see that picture. I'm going to have that one framed, I do believe, whenever we find it. Final breakdown for the Carterville Lions. We're going to go on and take our final break. Coach Brett Dial will start making his way up here. The coach's interview is coming up next, brought to you by John A. Logan College. The Lions win it tonight, 49-7. They are unbeaten on the year at a perfect 9-0. Stay with us. It's Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit JAL.edu.
It's always the right time.
Oh, I can finally stand.
Now he's not left yet. He's not right, though. He's not left
60 yards. 60 yards is the current IHSA record for field goal made by Tucker McCann of O'Fallon in 14.
Okay.
Carterville Lions wrap up the regular season. They are 9-0 as head coach Brett Dial makes his way up for our Johnny Logan College postgame report. And what a ball game for the Lions as they led it 49-7 at the end of the first half. And with the rolling clock, the Lions keep their record a perfect 9-0. Yeah, that water's yours, big boy. You deserve that, man. Hey, congratulations, Brett. The 9-0, perfect season, first time since 2015, and you have got to be one proud papa here tonight.
What just an unbelievable group of guys that we've said it all year just to appreciate every day that we have together. We knew we had something special coming in, and we've really tried to slow things down and keep things into perspective. We really have. I know it's coach talk to say take things one day at a time and 1 week at a time, and I think we've done a really good job of that. I think that's one of the reasons why we're in the position that we're in right now is that, we've never really looked ahead. We've taken everybody serious. We took Harrisburg very serious, as you can tell. We came out ready to go, and that might have been one of the best first half. That first half might be one of the best halves of football we've played. And, week 9 to come out and just really dominate in all phases of the game was awesome to see. Our guys were having a lot of fun on the sideline, and one of the things that I really saw tonight is just the veteran leadership of so many of these guys. We mentioned one of our captains for today, for tonight was Hayden Morris. Hayden Morris started his 25th straight game at left tackle for us. When you're talking about he played that short spring season, wrapped around and played the entire fall last year, 11 games. Then he's come back this year and at 9 straight games. I mean, that's 25 straight games. And then you get a guy like Eli Morris. Eli Morris is not far behind. He's at like 22. Jaden Smith's around 20, 21. So 3 of those linemen have started over 20 games. And boy, did their experience really show tonight. What they communicate to us on the sideline, I've been coaching football for a long time, and just the veteran leadership of our line is just unreal, and they were on tonight and they were mashing.
Coach, the thing I was impressed with, to kind of piggyback off what you said, weeks 7 and 8, you had Madison, you had Pinckneyville, 2 obviously very winnable games. You took business in both those games, but now you get a Harrisburg team in week 9 that's obviously better than those 2 teams. So it's kind of like, I don't know about you, but it's kind of like, okay, what can we expect out of Carterville? And I know it wasn't a perfect game, but that's about as close to perfection as you're going to get.
Well, one of the things that I thought was huge for us tonight that maybe hasn't been great, it's not been bad, but our kickoff team was really good tonight, and they just put us in a lot of really good positions, even creating a turnover that we were able to score, in that first quarter, and just kind of get some separation and end their hope, right away. When they're able to drop 21 on the road in the first quarter against a good ball club, when we didn't get the ball to start the game, that was a great first quarter, just a dominant quarter. I thought offensively tonight, I was really pleased with our tempo. I thought we ran plays much quicker. Our pace was pretty fast. It was inside run, outside run, screens, downfield. I mean, we were really mixing it up pretty well tonight and executing in all facets, really.
Coach, I said earlier to Scott, this 16 groups of seniors that you have on this team, the freshman year they were, you knew that they were a special group of players, and they have continued to improve year in and year out. And you're calling out 2 or 3 just specifically here tonight, but I mean, we knew that this season had the possibility to be special, and they have lived up to every expectation that's been placed on them.
It's easy to have fun when you're winning, but I genuinely think these guys have a good time. They enjoy being at practice. I just don't think that it's just weighing on them. And, that's important at this time of the year. There's a lot of teams out there that are getting ready to go to the playoffs next week but they're ready to be done. And I do not think that is the case with our guys. I know 100% it's not. You know, we talked about 9-0. This isn't the finish. We're just getting started right now. You know, and I don't know what'll happen tomorrow night. Honestly, I don't really care what happens tomorrow night because this is the only night of the year. The only night of the year where I don't have an opponent I'm thinking about. You know, after your last game, I know we open with Benton next year. Every other night, you know who your next opponent is except for tonight. And I'm going to enjoy that, and I'm not going to worry about it. And tomorrow at whatever time that the pairings come out, 8:15, they're going to tell us who we're going to play. They're going to come to Lions Field next Saturday, and I don't care who it is. We're going to give them everything we got. It may be a big school, maybe somebody that's a little bit small. It doesn't matter. We're going to play who we get, and we're going to give it everything we got, and we're going to give a pretty good push here, I think.
Coach, you mentioned this earlier, but we talked about this during the game. One of the things that doesn't get mentioned a lot by us, and that's our fault throughout the season, is how good your special teams have been this year. I mean, I don't know that there's been an extra point missed.
Oh, man, what are you doing?
Now, wait a minute.
He was gone one game. A couple of games.
I mean,
we've had a couple blocks, so I guess that, you're not jinxing.
But tonight you create the turnover. When teams do return the ball, they don't get great field positions off. I mean, special teams is just as big as offense and defense for any team.
Absolutely, and there's a few things that we really spend a lot of time working on. We really spend a lot of time on kickoff. We spent a lot of time on kickoff return, even though we didn't. We ran one tonight or two, I don't know, but and then we spend a lot of time on punt return. Just being able to catch those punts. Peyton had I think the first punt, I believe Peyton had a pretty big return off of a bounce or something, and man, that makes a big difference. It'd be real easy just to let the ball drop and who knows, roll and lose 10, 15 yards of field position, but our guys are really doing a good job of getting in there and fair catching if they have to, or just stopping out roll and saving some yardage.
Coach Brett Dial, Carterville Lions are 9-0 in the regular season, and congratulations, buddy. It's been a lot of fun, and the fun. Can't wait to see the fun. It continues starting next week.
Absolutely, buddy. It's been, like I said, man. And I believe I'm truly mean when I say that we understand how blessed we are. I mean, I know that, and just to enjoy every day with these guys, man. It's been special, and 9-0 is tough to do. It is tough to do. I've been doing this for a long time, not necessarily as a head coach, but I've been coaching football for over 20 years and been very fortunate to be around some very good football teams in this group. This group's definitely very special and leaving their mark in Carterville football history.
Well, Coach Dave will tell you, if you ask him, before this season started, I predicted Carterville would go 9-0 as long as there weren't any key injuries. Right. So if you need any financial advice, feel free to call me.
Appreciate you guys and all the coverage you guys give us and the feed at home. I know a lot of people are watching that, and I don't know if they're still watching, but I want to give a shout-out to Coach Sambursky. He's had a rough week with his kid, but he's had some really good news today, and it really – I tell you what, when he gave me a phone call this afternoon and when said things were looking good and positive, man, I was ready to come over here and take care of business. So shout-out to him if he's still listening.
Yeah. That we appreciate that. Coach Brett Dial joining us here, our John A. Logan College Coaches Report on Carterville Lions football, 49-7, the final score. The Lions finish the season a perfect 9-0, and looking forward to playoffs next week. Scott Hudson, we'll find out tomorrow night.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and Coach kind of talked about this too. When you play a game, there are a lot of things you can control, but when it comes to the seedings and who you play, that's out of your control. So you can't worry about it. You just got to play whoever they send down to Carterville next weekend and play them. But this is such a fun team to watch on both sides of the ball. There's nothing this team can't do on both sides of the ball. It's just been a pleasure for us to be able to do this regular season and watch these kids grow and get better each week. And now the real fun begins, because now it's one and done. You got to win and move on. You lose, your season's over. But, boy, I'm looking forward to next Saturday.
49-7, the final score. And be listening. Pay attention to the social media this week. We'll do a couple live streams. I'm sure Scott and I will to kind of get you ready for playoff football. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, join Mike Murphy, Scott Hudson for Sports Voice. They'll go through. They'll break down all of the games. There'll be a lot of speculation coming up tomorrow. And then tomorrow night at 8 o'clock,
on 103.5 ESPN. Join us for our playoff show, our bracket show. It'll be Matt Varney and myself. We'll go through, tell you who's in, who's out. We'll find out at 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people are going to, have their own bracket, or okay, I'm sure Carterville's going to play this team, or no, it's going to be this team. But that's the fun part about this part of the season, is you just don't know. And this year it's been more unpredictable. I think it's going to be more unpredictable than it ever has been.
49-7, the final score here. Thank you to our producer engineer back at the studio, Brian R. Powell, from my broadcast partner at Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie. The Carterville Lions finish the season undefeated. I hope you have a great night. We'll talk to you this week. And thank you for listening to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. God bless everybody. Hey, everybody online, thank you.
Brought
Thanks,
to you
buddy.
by